All right, there we go.
I was wondering.
Yeah,
I was like,
couldn't.
something's going on. I was like, maybe it's just me, but we're
Hey,
good.
it's all good. Anyways, welcome back to the stream. We are having our grand finals today. It is North Texas versus Waterloo, and we've been kind of anticipating this matchup, just grand finals in
Oh
general,
yeah.
all weekend, and I'm
Honestly,
excited to get into it.
I feel like ever since like week 7, we kind of figured that it was gonna be North Texas taking that like one spot all the way through, and then Waterloo and UCSD were kind of fighting for that number 2, number 3 spot all the way through, and then obviously Waterloo able to bring it back from the loser side after losing to UCSD, able to beat them 2-0 in that losers finals and bring it back, which is just impressive through
Yeah,
and through.
100%. Real quick, I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Rockstar, powered by Rockstar. Couldn't do any of this without them. Just putting up the prize pool as well as just working with us to get this league up and running from last year to this year as
Yeah.
well. So just in general, thank you. A big shout out to them. And yeah, I mean, like we were talking about just a second ago, UCSD and Waterloo, we saw them battle it out for the second time this tournament, or these playoffs, to try and get back into this grand finals. And it was a pretty grueling match. It was only a 2-0, but man, it felt like longer.
These teams, and if so, what's Waterloo looking to do to try and beat them out?
Well, I think for Texas, for sure, it's going to be trying to keep that momentum, obviously. They are still coming into this undefeated, haven't dropped a series all event long, and just overall, just trying to keep players like Jelly and Lilac fragging out, trying to make sure that their supports overall can just make sure they can find the kills and find the maps as well. And then as when we go over to Waterloo, it's kind of going to be on the shoulders of Brooklyn a lot. Top Brooklyn, she's been killing it out in going through losers finals, or yeah, just losers bracket rather. Just being able to find the entries for her team, just overall, as well as Onat and Meyer. I thought I've been seeing a lot of good utility, just from the initiator role in general from Waterloo. So just seeing if they can keep on that pace and just try and see what kind of upset they can muster up here.
Absolutely. And as we go into map 1, it is going to be Lotus, a map going into these playoff series. We've seen Lotus get played. You know the players. Eli had just mentioned them. From North Texas, we got Bab, Sage, Akayo, Jelly, and Lilac. On Waterloo, we got Brooklyn, Castley, Pookie Wookie Bear, Admire, and G Young. So, Lotus is our map 1. Like I just said, North Texas loves this map. You know, they've put a lot of pressure onto a lot of different teams on this map. What are they looking to come out with early on in this map 1?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be the aggression, right? A lot of Texas play, just in general, on a lot of these maps, is just taking the space early, especially when they are on the defense. They kind of just switch the roles and just take parts of the map. A lot of the time, like what we see on Icebox when Texas does play on that map, is Jelly just trying to run up a belt and just take the space, fast flank, get a lot of info for her team so that they can stack towards B if that's the case, or even stack towards A. So just seeing a lot of that here. I'm sure it's going to be the same with Lotus. It's pretty difficult if you do play the defense and then don't take any space realistically. So I'm looking to see what kind of space they take over towards C Mound as well as over towards A Rubble. Um, as well as the Waterloo, they did get aggressive, and it looked like they had some nice utility combos a couple of times when they did play on Lotus against UCSD. So I'm hoping to see what they bring as well as seeing if they can counter the aggression that Texas brings in.
Absolutely. I think, in the matches that I had casted with North Texas playing on the Lotus map, they really do like to take that A, even on defense. they like to take as much space as they can onto the sites. Like they really put a lot of pressure onto a rubble in particular where a lot of that space can be taken. It's kind of detrimental to the defense because it allows the offense to just have multiple places where they can go from. So I'm interested to see if North Texas continues that. They did it on at least the last match I remember playing was like New Mexico, where they would take it a lot. But I'm interested to see if Waterloo is maybe willing to fight a little bit more for that space, take those early aggression fights, trying to clear rubble in favor of the attacker side rather than letting North Texas have it on the defender side.
Yeah, and just kind of going with that aggression, just seeing how the clutch situations will play out as well is going to be a pretty big factor overall in this matchup. I know we say it a lot with clutches, oh, you have to win your clutches, but when it really comes down to it, if you're going to play a pretty aggressive team, you're going to have a lot of 2v2 situations, 3v3 situations, just things like that where it gets unconventional and you kind of have to just play it by ear and see what kind of adjustments you can make in the round itself. So just being able to see what team comes out on top in that department too, I think is definitely going to be indicative as to who we are going to see win this match. And I just heard that we are going to have Waterloo on the attack here first, so kind of fun way to start out this first match.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just what we were talking about this entire time. Waterloo on that offensive side, honestly, I have a feeling both of these teams are just going to play aggressive on both sides, offense and defense. Waterloo is going to be looking to take these sites fast, trying to keep the players down from that site that they're pushing. Obviously, Lotus 3-site map, your defense is a little more spread out. The faster you push, the less enemies you have to deal with going into the site. So I think Waterloo is definitely going to be looking to take that early aggression, trying to clear as fast as they possibly can. But again, from the side of North Texas, they may be trying to push out, get those early picks, get the numbers advantage that kind of forces Waterloo back onto the defensive, trying to play a little bit more safe, having to pick their sites, maybe go into the Sentinel player sitting on C, sitting on A, and then just, kind of dwindling down the numbers until the round is eventually over.
Yeah, 100%. One thing I do want to say about Texas is the kind of comp that they do bring in, picking up the fade. I believe it was Breach, Fade, Raze. I don't remember who else it was. I think it was like Omen and then an Initiator or a Sentinel as well. Probably a Killjoy if I had to guess. But just bringing in the Fade, it was something that I had mentioned when they did play the other day. Just the Fade in general, not very much picked on Lotus anymore. So just being able to see that agent back again, especially with the characters like Breach and Raze, where the synergies kind of coexist really well, and just make really good utility combos in the early game, especially when you want to get really aggressive.
Yeah, and I think that'll definitely be on the side of UNT's favor, especially starting on defense. A lot of those combos come with early util aggression on the defensive side. A site to A main, you got the breach stun into the Raze nade, and it sounds like they have got fade, so they got the fade grab into the Raze nade. They got multiple different combos that they can hit at once just to try and get any early picks that they can. So Waterloo is definitely going to have to be on the lookout for those, and I'm sure at the level they're playing at, they definitely are not going to be picked out as early as UNT may be looking to pick them out at.
Yeah, it's actually crazy like how important in Lotus it is to like take the control pretty early, especially at least on one part of the map. It was kind of the same with Haven, but on a map like obviously they're both three-sided maps, but the thing about Haven was that C long area, it was like if you gave it up, it was kind of whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
Cuz there's not really, it's hard to describe, but you can't really fight for it and then keep the control without having the C site. So it really was like non-impactful to lose that space. But when you go onto a map like Lotus, like where it's over by C mound, that part of the map is pretty important to have, especially if you want to play some sort of rotate over to B through the rotating door, things like that. And then when you go over to A, it's just kind of the second most important. I'd say over by Rebel is one of the most important parts of the map. Just to have control of. As it cuts into B, you can do a nice B split. You could just go over towards A, and you can have to split through the rotating door and the choke point. So just being able to have those two spaces, just in general, I think make the map pretty
versatile.
Yeah, versatile.
And I mean that's like the big difference between Lotus and Haven. Haven, to get to a different site, you have to get to a site first.
Right.
Like C site, you can go into garage to get to B, but you got to get to C first. On A, you can go sewers or you can go long, but to get to B site, you got to go through A.
Yeah.
Lotus is like you can get kind of to the site, and then you can just completely scrap that and go to a completely different site
Right.
without having to even touch the site at all. So it's kind of really curious how they looked at like designing that, because those doors that we've talked about for like the 8-9 weeks that we've been here, the Lotus doors are so impactful when it comes to making the fast rotates on the attacker side.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of that. A lot of teams will push fast into rubble, and instead of going up into the A main stairs area, they'll cut through tree and they'll just kind of get sight for free because nobody really watching that. And on the same side, you get to see that their sentinel is there. Maybe they have the initiator there as well. You just cut through the B door, and then B's more or less clear. You got maybe 1-2 players there against 5.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to how these teams decide to use their rotates, how they decide to split the pressure on this map, and that kind of really determines whether or not the defensive or attacker side wins this first half.
Yeah, 100%. And one other thing I wanted to mention about like the map itself is how prevalent the eco rounds can be, especially when you go onto a site like the B site. Just kind of how close corridored it is when you have guns like Stingers, Judges, Buckies, Spectres, just the close range weapons and cutting the range disadvantage that you do have. Just being able to capitalize on something like that on a map like Lotus can definitely be a tide swinger for the map overall.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of weird because a lot of the sites, when you look at them, it's like the site itself will kind of be open,
Right.
but the entrance to the site is kind of like enclosed, and you kind of see that on the B side on Lotus. But for the most part, it's the entrance up into the site that's kind of open, whereas the site itself is kind of enclosed. Like A has a giant, just like building in the middle of it that cuts
Right.
off half the site from sight lines, and you can kind of hide in like the little corners and stuff like that. And that's what you're talking about. Like, it really comes down to which team can kind of keep their composure when getting pushed. You can sit in those corners and get a pick or two before getting traded out. That kind of really helps your team be able to take that retake in a like reasonable manner.
Yeah.
Whereas you get caught out early, especially on those ecos rounds. Ego rounds.
Yeah.
You got to get the early picks. You got to take that aggression. And we've seen that a lot. The teams, they like to 5-stack push through an open area just because the more players you have, the less likely it is that you're all going to get taken out before
Yeah.
getting some trades through. So, these two teams, they're the best of the best right now. Like
Right.
they've made it all the way. It's definitely going to be an electric fight between all 10 of these players, and I do believe that with that we will start by going into map 1 on Lotus.
Yeah, here we go. Finally getting into this agent select. And it is going to be that fade instantly locked in for Texas. As we do look over towards Waterloo. I believe Waterloo kind of running a standard-ish comp. Have that Raze, Killjoy, Omen, Breach. With the Gecko, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Other than that, I'm pretty sure North Texas is going to stick with that same comp that we had talked about. And then, yeah, it'll be Waterloo. Probably picking up the Gecko as well, but just overall, normal things from these teams. Kind of what we expected overall as well in terms of character selects.
Yeah, and you had mentioned that North Texas likes to run a double initiator comp where they kind of use it to the aggressive side, pairing with Raze in like the way that their util kind of synergizes really well with one another. Like I mentioned before, the fade grab, the breach concuss, they all work really well with Raze's grenade. So starting on that defensive side, they'll definitely be looking to get those early picks. Maybe on that A side, they may try it on the C side, and all 10 of these players are now locked in. The almost a mirror comp, but obviously that fade getting swapped out for that Gecko on the side of Waterloo. We've seen Gecko be played really well on this map, though.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, you don't see a lot of Gecko being played at any level, really. But especially on this Lotus map, we've seen a lot of these Purple Rain teams playing Gecko specifically on this map.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to choose a map to play Gecko on it, I definitely would have to pick Lotus here. You know, the wingman being such a vital asset on the attack, just to be able to plant the bomb. That's one of the biggest problems here for Lotus, just trying to get the bomb down when you do have that A site, and then having enough players to just kind of protect the planter. So just being able to have the wingman plant and then have theoretically 5 players just holding your wingman can be a pretty big advantage.
And it's like, even if wingman does go down, the player that's just taking him out more likely has to peek into 2, maybe 3 players. That trade's going to come through, and now you're up a player, and all you got to do is plant the bomb, and it kind of just solidifies the round for you.
100%, and it looks like Texas looking to be aggressive back towards C. This is something that we saw a lot yesterday when they did play on Lotus against UCSD, and looking to a nice fade eye is going to reveal Castley over towards the back of the C side. It looks like Waterloo just wants to try and get over towards A fast. All 5 players here. The Killjoy utility already broken, and the stuns come out, and the site's basically going to fall in the blink of an eye for Texas. Oh yeah, and there's top Brooklyn, gonna go ahead and get that first blood. Jung as well to follow her up. And this flank from Castley might just do the trick, as all 3 players not ready for it. Castley gonna find, no, actually Brooklyn is gonna find both the kills. Now just a 2v1 for Sage, has to find both of these players. Might not know where Castley is just yet. The call out maybe not to come out in time as the bomb time starts to click a little faster. A nice grenade is going to get Sage off the bomb, and just like that, Brooklyn 4 to start out the map for Waterloo.
Yeah, I know, we talked about this before, and we saw it right off the bat from North Texas. They took an immense amount of pressure onto that C-Mound side, clearing everything they could, making sure that there were no Waterloo players over there. That Fade Eye even spotting Spawn. And then clearing through the door into B, making sure they're not there, and that only leaves one site left for Waterloo to be at, and that's that A site. Luckily for them, they're able to keep that post plant, but it really comes down to North Texas being able to keep that pressure and just collapsing on them as they try and retake that A site.
Yeah, 100%, and it looks like Waterloo trying to punish Texas for some of this aggression, playing pretty far back, just allowing for Texas to make some sort of mistake, get a little too aggressive, maybe a little too curious towards the A side, but as I say that, the rotate over to B, maybe even towards C, is going to come in. The rotating door to open. Brooklyn as well, finding that first blood in the breach. That utility not going to be able to be used for the retake here soon to come, as the smokes do come in and the utility to follows. Double satchel out onto the site, and Brooklyn has made her presence known. The bomb does get down to 4v5, but Texas gonna have something to say about it as they do start up this flank. 3 players on the flank. Top Brooklyn to find yet another. That's gonna be her second on the round, and I'm pretty sure all 3 of the Texas players noted towards this flank, as the Paranoia does come in, able to delay just a little bit, as Pookie Wookie Bear to find 1 kill and a nice mosh pit. Gonna delay the retake just ever so slightly longer. And Lilac and Sage still have so much to do, as well as the Aftershock, just not giving Texas a chance into this round, as Jiyoung and Pookie Wookie Bear are gonna find the last 2 of this round.
Yeah, that is just fantastic util usage from Waterloo right there. Just they, like you mentioned, they knew where all 3 players were. They get the first pick onto the Rays, and then it's just a game of time. How long can they deny these 2 players the chance to push into sight and get this diffuse out? And it, mosh pit, aftershock, all of these kinds of utility that just do damage, and you can't not risk taking that damage when you have to push back into the site. And then it all just came down to the kills coming through.
Yeah, POV, just spam your util moment, honestly.
Yeah, no kidding.
For all of the players that were over towards C-Mount. Just going right back into the action is Brooklyn looking for another kill. If she does pick up at least 1 more ult orb, it is going to be the showstopper to be online and very capable of being able to be used this round. just being able to pick up a bonus might be the difference in this game, as Texas looking to be playing some sort of control, and a nice play over towards B. Does pick out a little bit. Oh, here comes the showstopper. Not going to find the first, but actually does. Jelly turns around. Top Brooklyn yet again is going to get the entries in for her team. 2 on the round. And just like that, the site has fallen. The spike has been planted. And all that Texas can do is try and get back into it. A nice shot from Sage is going to even things out. And this post plant here for Waterloo. Just kind of all the players spread out just a little bit, and the weaker weapons attempting to make it. Oh, and this timing might be crazy, but no, Jiyoung does fall to Akio. Boogie Woogie Bear does find 2 though, and yet again a 2v1, and Akio 1 HP has to get so much done with little to no work in for it. The bomb does get tapped, but the backstab comes in. That's 3. As well as the Thrasher now online. Bonus will go to Waterloo.
Too damn good at this.
And I mean, Waterloo is just looking absolutely fantastic. They've kept their composure in the first kills, you know, and then when the trades come through, it's just the other players kind of cleaning up, you know. Admire and Castley using their util the way it's supposed to be intended, you know, clearing a little bit of space, getting them onto site. Jiyoung obviously got the smokes ready. And then Pookie Wookie Bear with 3 there to solidify that. That could have been really bad with Akayo getting the kill onto Jiyoung, but then Pookie Wookie Bear pushing themselves into site, getting 2, and kind of just solidifying that round for Waterloo.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, Brooklyn has looked out of her mind in these past couple of rounds, just completely opening up these sites for her team, looking to do a little bit more of the same. As all of the Waterloo players starting to form up towards a Rebel yet again. They've been loving this site in the first round and the third round. Why not go there again? As the fights keep going their way, and the noise is probably going to alert Texas to what is to come. The spamming starting up. And if they're not careful and not clear this corner, it might be a little disastrous, but the jump spot does come in. Pookie Wookie Bear finds the first blood, being able to pick that kill up, not fall, not even give out any damage for this time around. Is going to be a huge impact overall. A nice concuss to come in from Bab as the hit slows to a halt. So maybe even a rotate to be seen here in a second, as knife out, going to start sprinting away.
30 seconds left.
As Waterloo being able to find an open site could be massive here. And find it they do. Maybe not as much as they would have liked, as it is going to be 1 player, or maybe even 2, but the time actually is so low as well. 10 seconds. It's really going to be Texas. They just have to stop the hit, and just like that, 6 seconds. It's going to be the wingman to try and get it down, but oh my goodness. The bomb plant stopped, but Waterloo in the nick of time finds all the kills. Even had time on that bomb plant, but in the end, it's just going to go down as no plant and just all the players from Texas dead.
Yeah, no, and that was a really close round. I think if North Texas maybe split their focus a little bit between the wingman planting and the players that are covering it, that round could have gone a little bit differently. But it looked like both North Texas players were trying to destroy that wingman, and it allowed the UW players to kind of swing around and get 2, and that really just solidified the round for them.
Yeah, 100%. That's just kind of that was such a dicey situation with how everything went down. 13 seconds left, and then you just have the wingman to solely try and plant the bomb. When it doesn't go down, the panic ensues. This time around does work out for Waterloo. Is a little bit of mind games to be played here. Oh, but the rotating door did get open, but just like that, the detain does come through. It's going to be Top Brooklyn to find the first blood. Onat and Meyer to follow right behind her. Castley as well, finding the kill over through mid. And just like that, Waterloo, yet again, is going to have the site, is going to have 5 players up in North Texas, scratching their heads, wondering what they need to get done in the rest of this map and try and pull it back.
And it might just be a North Texas save here. They do not have a lot to their name right now, and the econ is not looking great.
Yeah, definitely might be the case, as both the players just going to be moving towards the A side, just kind of hiding in a couple of corners. It might be of benefit to try and give Onat and Meyer a couple of these kills, getting that ult up just a little bit more, but no, top Brooklyn will just find the kills, maybe even, oh, I thought Pookie Wookie Bear might have been able to find one more, but not this time around.
Really
Waterloo.
close.
Yeah.
And I mean, Brooklyn 10-2 right now, and that is going to be the timeout coming in from North Texas. Definitely a good idea from them. They're kind of, I don't know, the unnice way to say it is they're kind of just getting destroyed right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much to it. They're getting they're getting out util diffed, they're getting out aimed, you know, they're just thinking isn't what we've seen from North Texas in these 8 weeks.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a lot of it has to come down to how Brooklyn has been just finding the first bloods, being able to find the advantage for her team time and time again. Even when it's sometimes not even one, it's finding both players on the site, just getting the kills, being able to trade out teammates as need be. And I mean, Waterloo right now is just shaking it up and making it look kind of easy right now on this Lotus. I know, caster curse. That's my bad. That's my bad. But right now, I mean, that's how it looks, and I'm inclined to believe that Waterloo could probably run away with this map.
I think they could as well. You know, I was looking back at it. In round robin, North Texas only dropped one single map, and it was to the University of Waterloo. So Waterloo definitely is the team to beat here. But North Texas, obviously, they're undefeated, only losing one map in 14 rounds and the playoff series so far. So it's definitely going to be Waterloo's game to look at.
Yeah, 100%. And just as we were talking about, it is going to be Texas trying to change up the pace a little bit, taking on both areas of the map. Top Brooklyn not going to be able to find the shots this time around, but her entire team here to back her up as Castley is going to find the first. Top Brooklyn to redeem herself, find that second headshot. And just like that, rinse and repeat, Waterloo has the C site. Texas, yet again, trying to find some sort of footing back into this round. But I mean, I can't think of any way that Waterloo will ever give up the advantage. The Fatal even being committed here as Jiyoung finds the kill. And Texas definitely wants to try and win this map, or round, sorry, but Jiyoung does not want that to be the case. Finds 3, and just like that, that's another big-time ultimate for Texas to be used, and honestly, a pretty unwinnable situation.
I don't know. I'm starting to think Jiyoung might watch TenZ a little bit, because her Omen gameplay is absolutely insane right now. 6, 3, and 6, and I mean, 3 of those kills in one round. Phenomenal, but I mean, it really is just Brooklyn's game right now. 11 and 3, doing everything right, you know. And you know, you got to give her team props, right? Like that, we saw the detain come through onto the KJ, the double satchel, and find it. But absolutely phenomenal.
I thought she was going to be able to get that kill as well. One thing I did want to say real quick, though, is one more ult orb away from the second showstopper of the map for Brooklyn. So definitely going to try and get that online for her. Being able to do so could be catastrophic for Texas this round. But the blind does look like it is, oh, a nice mosh pit, actually. I thought it was going to be, okay, top Brooklyn just finds the kill. Wow, I did not even really expect that, but finally it looks like Jelly is going to start to make something happen. And she finds 2 over towards the A site. Is going to have to give up the space, though, is now 1 HP, all in her lonesome. And Waterloo maybe looking to move right back towards this C site. And if Akio is not careful, she might be finding herself in a pretty dicey situation.
Careful.
He does take her out of harm's way for now,
30
but
seconds
just
left.
into a different, as the flash does come in, the Dizzy, to try and clear out some of the space. The showstopper as well will not find just as much value as it did last time, but if Jelly's not careful now, it might be her that falls over towards CT. And a lot of these players, but no, Jelly does find the first. The trade does come in from Castley, and Castley has to get things done here. 3v1, and a lot of damage to be had as she does find one. The deke.
140.
Phantom moment.
Oh,
as,
no.
Yeah, Texas finds the first round of the map. And it kind of came off the back of Jelly there on the flank, finding two all alone.
That
yeah.
was super winnable because Bab's still vulnerable from the alarm bot. Definitely a winnable scenario, but that just comes down to the Phantom hitting that 140, not able to find the kill first. And North Texas now has their first round of this map 1.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of what Texas has been needing. I know, a crazy thing, they've needed the rounds, but I mean, it's better to find one.
That is how you win the game.
Yeah, that's true. It is better to find one now instead of having to wait on it. A nice TP as well as double satchel is going to elect to have a lot of space now as, oh my goodness, through the stun, one shot. Just like that, top Brooklyn down for the count. A nice flash is going to amount to a kill, but a trade does have to come through as Waterloo now down one player.
Cosmetic stun, by the way.
It is a cosmetic stun moment. That's about the most cosmetic stun I've ever seen in my life. I mean, just through this, does not care, just one tap.
Swings out from behind the box, hits a one tap, and then still kind of lives for a little bit.
Yeah. Absolutely absurd things here, but now it just comes back to Waterloo. What can they get done? It is going to be the jump spot from Jelly to find a little bit of info. Pookie Wookie Bear, if she's not careful, might just give the bomb over, and just like that, Jelly finds the first kill. The bomb to be picked up by Castley, but it is going to be pretty difficult here now as 2v1 and the Rolling Thunder even put into play. That's the stun. Just barely getting cleared up, and the kill does come in for Castley. Now definitely looks more winnable as Castley finds yet another number 3 on the round, making a 4th maybe, but no, Akio will be the one to come out on top. That's round number 2 for Texas, and a little bit of momentum as well as we go into round number 9.
I don't even know. That was just, I genuinely believe that Castley had that there. Or I definitely thought Waterloo had that round on lock. That was a great play to solidify the 1v1. You see the crosshairs lined up perfectly, but Akio just slightly overstepping it and able to get those Guardian shots off first.
Yeah, 100%, and it looks like Texas maybe figuring out what they need to get done here in these rounds, as the aggression will not end there. Like a stinger for Jelly, though, in the close corner might spell a little bit of disaster for Waterloo if they do decide to push through this one way. Maybe Brooklyn seeing a little bit of the breach, but might just be a bit of a spam, as well as Waterloo looking to retreat, maybe go back towards P. But even as I say that, it might just be a pinch over towards Mound. As 2 players sticking around, another 2 making their way back towards B main. Have to make this cross. Oh, and top Brooklyn puts Lilac in the ground, and yeah, here comes the pinch into Mound. Castley is going to find that first one. A nice grenade from Brooklyn, and just like that, Onedenmeyer finds another, and Texas has lost all of the C site and 4 players with it as well.
Yeah, one going down in the B side, but losing 3 on C site is wild.
Yeah,
to say the least.
It was a really nice idea though from Waterloo there, just recognizing that the space is no longer in their favor towards C Mound. They have to make some kind of play and decide to pinch onto the players that might be pushed up, and just like that, get rewarded for it. 3 kills from the fight. Only person to fall is to Sage here in the back. It's now just trying to save this weapon. I would have liked, honestly, for Waterloo to try and hunt down this player, see if they can take this last Vandal off of her hands, but as played, it is going to just be the round going to Waterloo. 7-2 now, and Texas still has so much to get done.
She was smoking Kevin. You get it?
Ah-ha-ha.
Have you seen that meme?
No, I
Where
haven't.
it's a picture of a Jet telling Omen to smoke Heaven, and then the next picture, it's just Jesus standing next to an Omen smoke, and it's like, what is this?
Oh my gosh.
What? Valorant memes are funny.
Valorant memes are cringy.
Guys, Eli has a terrible sense of humor.
That's besides the point. I know I have a terrible sense of humor. I laugh at your jokes, no?
Well, you didn't laugh at that one.
Yeah, it's valid. Oh, Bucky! I didn't even realize, but Brooklyn escapes with her head. And it looks like Texas just has decided, all right, push everywhere and see what comes out. Oh, the Thrash. Oh, not going to go the correct direction this time around. Was a nice idea, and this Fade Ultimate is going to get a lot of info here, as I believe 4 players tagged. And North Texas already here, ready to try and take on the fight towards A.
Brooklyn's almost at her 3rd showstopper.
Oh, wow, yeah. Just definitely trying to get that online, potentially. That's the first time that B has been touched here for Waterloo, the 4v4. A nice rolling thunder as well from Onat Admirer is going to amount to a kill, maybe even a second here in a second. And yes, it will. Pookie Wookie Bear, just like that, Waterloo sprinting right back to A. Had no intention of staying towards B. And Akio just scratching her head. Where is my team gone? Where is Waterloo gone? And find her. Oh my gosh, a nice shot and potential to maybe come away with this round. As actually, no, it is just going to be a save of this Vandal. Nothing more, just going to concede the round. Yeah, the sound cue given off as well, and the sprint over towards C will basically confirm the round for Waterloo.
I feel bad for the B side. I don't know what the B side ever did to him. I thought the B side was gonna get some love there, but instead it was just the housing for a manslaughter.
Yeah, it really was.
Oh, he's gonna find it.
Wookie Bear, yeah.
Oh, and unfortunate Akio not able to save that weapon.
Yeah, and they kind of needed that. Or, well, they didn't necessarily need it, I suppose, but it would have been nice to be able to have a little bit of extra cash if they do end up winning this round. Yeah. It's going to be a really difficult ask to win the next round if they do end up falling here. Not going to be able to purchase up as strongly as they are right now. They do have the full rifles as well as the full shields. Now it's just back on Waterloo. What can they get done? Just trying to make it as big of a lead as they can before they go into the defensive side of this map. And a nice clear yet again from Brooklyn. Just kind of been using this Roomba to clear out this early space here towards B main. Make sure that Texas doesn't get any crazy ideas towards this part of the map. And Waterloo, especially patient to just allow Texas to kind of guess and think where they could be. Slowing down, but the rotate is coming in over towards C. 4 players ready to try and take on Texas. Is 3 already here in the lockdown, even being considered here quite early. The showstopper as well, and it's Mybe gonna find 2. Yeah, it does. Sage does find the trade, but the lockdown does get destroyed. One more player on the site, and just like that, Pookie Wookie Bear finds the kill.
Oh, whoa.
And a little bit accidentally
Accidentally
hit Crouch a little too much.
Wrong button. It was a misinput. It was a misinput.
It was a misinput.
You calm down.
Definitely how that felt, but I mean,
My
Brooklyn
goodness.
finding 2 with the showstopper there. Just definitely an elite play there.
And once again, Sage getting a kill through a cosmetic stun. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. But I mean, it's tough. You know, we're last round into this half, but we talked about it from the get-go. It's a defense. It's an attacker-sided map.
Oh,
North
wow.
Texas. Oh, but Jelly's gonna get
Getting,
it early on gas.
yeah, really aggressive. Trying to push the issue. Maybe has had enough of allowing Waterloo to just do what they please. Finally does come away with that kill, but Brooklyn with the operator does find Sage. A nice shot to find the equalizer. Just like that, all 4 of the players from Waterloo huddled up in a minute and 10 seconds to work with, and Jelly getting aggressive yet again, but this might be the aggression that Waterloo has been waiting for. Oh my, a nice idea though from Jelly. Not gonna get too aggressive, just hiding behind the box.
Can't tell what's in her hands. That's not a judge, is it? Oh no, it's just a phantom that looks weird.
Yeah, it's like stuck in the box.
Yeah.
Like the
I was like, that is a really short phantom.
yeah, it is.
Oh,
Oh
Brooklyn,
my
they have
gosh.
to read. She has the. Oh my god!
Yeah, being able to
Oh, that was
figure
just
out.
it?
Yeah, and just
but
oh
Jelly-
no, Jelly.
Okay.
The trade
Fires
does
on
come in, but I mean, Waterloo now 30 seconds to go, and they just have to make some sort of decision, and the decision is towards A. It's only going to be Lilac to try and do anything towards this site. An operator in the hands of Pookie Wookie Bear. Luckily, though, does have the wingman to try and make this plan. A nice flash as well. Might delay the plan just a little bit. The nice... Oh, the operator does get a kill, but oh my gosh,
Oh, the
Lilac
collat.
finds the
Stacked up.
collat. But the flick looked disgusting from Lilac there. Just completely hospital flicking over and finding the final kills. Oh my goodness, what a way to end out the half for sure for Texas.
Yeah, I mean, we got a 9-3 half on an attacker-sided map. Now North Texas has the opportunity to bring this back. They've got to get 9 rounds, or I guess 10 rounds, before UW can get 4.
Yeah, and that does present a bit of a difficult ask. But one thing is for sure, when you are dealing with Texas, their attack, they are going to play how they want to play. You cannot try and put them on your pace. They will put you on theirs. It looks like Waterloo, again, with this crazy utility, might, yeah, trying to bait it out a little bit. But the nice nade, nice shot from Brooklyn. Does find the first, Castley as well. And just like that, the bomb is down. Maybe also in the hands of Waterloo. Lilac, though, does find a kill.
I gotta be honest, I'm loving these plays from UW. They don't care about the space because as soon as you misstep, they're going to take that space back immediately. All it took was that signal that there's at least one player in that C link, or in that C mound to just rush. Just util dump it, get the kill, and then they got bomb off it, which is just phenomenal luck from their part.
Yeah, 100%. And this retake on the C mount is going to have to come through. A nice stun as well from Onat Admirer is going to delay just a slight amount. But honestly, oh my goodness, the shots from Brooklyn, yeah, it's just a little too good. Does find 2, and it's going to be all in a KO yet again. Just 1 HP though, and the spam from Onat Admirer is going to be what seals the fate of this round, going to Waterloo. That's got to be the second pistol, yeah, for Waterloo as well in this map.
And Brooklyn has got the Econ Destroyer. And that, I mean, the Outlaw is just phenomenal on this map. You know, like we had talked about earlier on. The leading up to the site is where all of those long angles are. So they're definitely, Brooklyn is looking to get an early 1, maybe 2 picks on players that don't have any armor.
Yeah, 100%. Just trying to look into the next round as the eco has to come through, but like you said, there's the Outlaw at work. As we were I was just about to say it again. Brooklyn has been killer throughout Purple Rain with the operator, with the Outlaw, And it looks like Texas backs against the wall, just trying to make something happen. The rush out onto B. The Spectre will not find any kills as Sage does find the first. And now just going to be 4 players, but I like this rotate. All 4 players going back towards C. Sage to find one. Jiyoung is going to be the lone player here towards C. Has to play her alive, has to live, and live she does as she gets out all the way back to CT. And it looks like Texas trying to hunt her down a little bit as Akio slowly taking the angle in the flank for Waterloo is going to attempt to come in. As now, Jiyoung is going to be put to the test. All 3 players still towards CT, and the right click, not even a right click, just the left click does come through. And Waterloo, is going to have the wingman to work with, though. A nice shot from Brooklyn yet again, does find the first, not going to find another. Wingman does get it to half, so now it is going to be Texas. They do have to keep on defending, and just like that, Pookie Wookie Bear to get the first, to tap onto the bomb. Might be able to get it done, but no tap does come in soon. It does come to Bab. She does find the kill and even has enough time as Pookie Wookie Bear finds the clutch. 11-3 now for Waterloo, setting themselves up nicely to try and close this map out.
That was looking fantastic for North Texas. Sage getting 2 with the Sheriff onto players with better weaponry, and the North Texas players able to pick those up. But it just did not seem like they had what the full combo that they needed to finally take that away from UW. You know, they've got the better weaponry now, and that's really all you can ask for on an econ round is getting only 1 player left alive, you know. Now they're coming in with better weaponry, and the UW team doesn't have a whole lot to work with. The problem is after that, you know, they've got 2 rounds before UW takes this map 1 of grand finals. So North Texas has to keep their composure. They have to keep playing slow in order to bring back this 8-round deficit that they're in right now.
Yeah, and really quickly, I just want to do a quick shout out to Wingman for getting the bomb half there for Pookie Wookie Bear, just being able to, you know, make the clutch possible at all. I don't think she would have had enough time to defuse the bomb if that half did not come in. But, I mean, overall, just well played by her, just picking out both players and finding a way to come away with that round. Yeah, like you said, just kind of making it so that Waterloo could potentially secure the rest. And it does make it difficult for Texas now. As the buy, though, for Waterloo, looking a little broken as a couple of classics do have to come in. Nice jump spot, too, and it looks like Texas is trying to get aggressive yet again, taking the space early, and maybe even just looking for a couple of fights. Sage to try and come in. A nice aftershock from Onadinmeyer, but I believe the jig is up. Yeah, the ping onto her position might spell the end, but no, the rotate, it looks like, back towards B. The bomb is going to come in. A nice stun. But that will be all it is the bomb actually staying towards C mound. I wonder if that's the idea, to just go back towards C, the rotating door. No, it is just going to allow her to come back in towards B. As the smokes come in for B, it might be a hit here soon as well.
There.
And it looks like, here comes the nade to try and delay just a little bit, and Sage is going to get that plan. A nice dizzy is going to give a chance for Brooklyn, the showstopper as well. Does find Jelly, and now just like that, a 4v4. Brooklyn and Onadinmeyer with the sheriff shots do find a couple of kills. Castley with the Vandal, and just like that, North Texas has to find another clutch situation. A nice flashes from Onadinmeyer, but 1 HP now for Akio, and Castley will be able to finish out the round. The defuse to come in, and just like that, Waterloo picking up the 2nd bonus yet again.
That might just be it. It's going to be really hard for North Texas to, I mean, even just to contest this right now. Even if they do win this round, their econ's broke. I mean, Waterloo's not looking great, but they've got the round advantage. North Texas needs 9 straight right now to even consider this game doable.
And the way that Brooklyn has been playing so far, it just leads me to believe that that will not be the case. We are going into map point here for Waterloo. Looking to try and finish it out right here, right now. Just get right into the second map of Icebox. As the fade all is going to get used here, and it's going to be Texas trying to make something happen. The Molly's already popped, as well as the alarm bot. To get a little bit of double damage going, but no capitalization off of that fact will come in, as the 5v5 retake going to have to come in. And Texas getting really aggressive. A far flash into CT, a vicious swing as well with the Stinger. Is going to pose a threat to Waterloo, but Waterloo wants to try and get aggressive here as well. A couple of dings come in from the Stinger, but that will not find a kill. Bab finding a couple of trades as well. A nice thrash as well to get a detain, and just like that, Pookie Wookie Bear Castley just get a couple of kills, but Akio from the back finds two. Lilac with another, and just like that, the wingman right back onto the defuse. Not going to get it halfway this time around, and Akio does find the third, being the hero for Texas in their diest moment. Diest moment?
Darkest.
Most dire moment. Dang it.
That works.
That was almost
I thought you were
so
going for
sick.
darkest.
No.
I need a drop.
I guess that would have worked too.
That would have worked.
That's too
here.
bad.
Words are hard.
They are really difficult.
But I mean, North Texas is still broke. Waterloo's broke now. But they've got 8 rounds to not be broke. So, and on the defensive side, it's a lot easier to be down, just because it's, you know, they have to push into you, not you pushing into them.
Yeah. 100%, and it looks like Texas just still want to get some of that C pressure going. What we saw in the first about 10 seconds was just trying to see what space they could still acquire. This time around, deciding against it, going back towards A, and it looks like it's just going to be a death ball move towards this site. Only Castley to be here to do anything about it. A Spectre in hand, and that is it. The rotating door does come in, the double satchel as well. Just like that, Texas is out onto the site. The Mollies to come in as well. Maybe do something about it, but no, Jelly. It does find the first blood, maybe even a second. No, this player is here. The Suck giving away the position, and Jelly finding two. Kind of the factor that we've been missing for Texas throughout this map has been Jelly, just finding the kills. Bab in a bit of a pickle, but the help does come in. Sage does find a kill. Now just needs Brooklyn to do something, but no, Bab finds the kill, and Ji-Young as well will fall. And a flawless to come in for Texas, a bit of life, but that's got to be about it.
Yeah, North Texas is, they've got their footing here. They've got a chance. They see the light at the end of the tunnel, but North Texas still is right there they're at the finish line. All they got to do is cross that checkered line to send this all the way home. They've got a decent buy going on right now, and it could just be this is where UW finalizes their hold over the Lotus map.
Yeah, and Waterloo looking to contest yet again towards C. Mountain. Brooklyn is going to break that fade eye, but that's going to be the only thing that happens for them is the satchel out, and there's the space taken for Texas, confirming that there are no players here. The ult orb as well, and that's the showstopper for Jelly this time around. 4 ultimates to be used by North Texas here if they do so desire. That might just be the case as the slow backup, and it looks like they're just going right back towards A. It works once, why not again? They slowly creep their way up towards this site.
This could be detrimental for North Texas, though. UW had the read on it, and now with that attacker killjoy, and North Texas decides to go through with this, it could be tougher to find. Lilac finds Pookie out in the open, though.
Yeah, nice find there is now the hit. Definitely going to be coming in now. That Suck going to give away the position of Onad and Meyer. And yeah, I believe that Texas has picked up on it as they do have a couple of players looking their way. The double satchel maybe even coming in, but Castley does find a kill, make it 2 from the grave in the lockdown. as well comes in. Jiyoung to fall. And now Castley, she might be able to get a bit of a defuse going. The lockdown to block off anything that could happen, but the Rolling Thunder just knocks her off the defuse halfway, but can't even get back to the bomb. Has to get so much going, but that will not do it. Does get halfway. The swing does have to come through. It does get cleared, and Castley still too much. As Texas takes that round away, in a round that I thought that Castley might have been able to kind of sweep from their noses. Swipe from their noses.
Yeah, it was tough. Because I think she definitely could have stuck it, because Omen gets detained in TP when we saw it after getting shot out. Left got detained after it.
Yeah.
So Castley definitely had the potential to stick that, and the other two North Texas players would not have been able to make it in time, but not go the way it intended to.
Yeah, kind of an unfortunate series of events there for Waterloo, but just like that, Texas not going to let them worry about that in the slightest. A nice little setup from, oh, I can't even think of who it is. Castley, yeah, with the mollies, but not going to amount to a kill. The first blood does come in for Texas, and the aggression not ceasing. Jelly is going to be making a move. All of the players from Texas, it feels like, making a move towards CT, and Jelly finds yet another kill. The bomb down on C, and the map just flipped completely upside down. Oh, and a Stinger kill to come in here. Yeah, Onad and Meyer does find that Phantom as well. Is going to pick it up, and the triple take towards the site has to come through. It is going to be a difficult ask, though, as the stuns, the utility, just so much that has to get done. Wingman to already fall, Pookie to find the kill, but nothing more than that, as the bomb ticking down faster and faster is not going to allow for a defuse. And there, just like that, Texas finding a little bit more momentum, maybe showing that they could potentially come back in this map.
Yeah, I mean, this half has kind of just been completely flipped upside down. UW looked like they were kind of just going to take the 6-round lead they had and run with it, but North Texas kind of just stopping them in their tracks, putting it in reverse, and then just kind of sending it back in the other direction. Yeah,
100%. I mean, Texas, the thing about maps like this, when you're kind of down and out and it feels like you can't really win it, the most important thing is just to try and get some rounds.
Yeah.
Just try and build up your momentum, especially when it's a best of 5 like it is today in these grand finals. It's just going to be all about, okay, can we get something going? Can we make sure that we're not just dead in the water before we even get a chance to make or to swim, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for, and it was going to work in my head, and then it didn't work, but, you know.
They're on the door right. The Titanic has sunk. They're hanging onto the door, and they're just asking Rose if they can get let back up rather than drowning. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's okay.
It's fine.
It's how it be. It's how it be sometimes, but yeah.
We're 19 rounds in to a potential 5-game series. You guys have us for a long time.
That's
Get
true.
Comfortable.
You're gonna have to listen to us just yap.
Come up with really bad analogies for the next 3 hours.
Not wrong. That is my job description, basically.
Yeah, more or less.
We go in. About 20 seconds already into the round, and it looks like Texas ceasing from their normal stance of aggression. It's kind of taking a bit of a passive route. Try and see what Waterloo is cooking up this round. Not going to find too much off of the utility, but 4 players here for Texas. Going up towards B main, make it 3 now actually, is the rotating door as well to put a little bit of doubt in Waterloo's heads. Maybe to show that we aren't going to be super predictable and could go anywhere. And it looks like they want to try and execute that plan, as Yeah, oh, actually start going towards C. I thought the rotate might be towards A, but this time around, not the case. Castley is going to have a lot to do this time around. Has the Molly set up yet again. And yeah, here it comes. Here's the utility to come in. The Mollies won't get as much damage as you would have liked to see, but the time as well for the plant is just slightly low. Does not matter though. No.
Oh, that's up.
Yeah, that's a nice rolling thunder. Is gonna put Bab in a pretty difficult spot here. Does find a kill for Castley. It's now the 4v4 in Waterloo. Already making a move towards the site. Lilac to find one, Sage with another. And just like that, Lilac with another. Jelly to finish off the round, and Texas finds the round win in pretty dominant fashion yet again. 20 on the board for Sage. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, this is a foothold they were looking for. Brooklyn has gotten, I think, 7 in this half, whereas Sage has gotten 11. So definitely, we're definitely seeing that that attacker-sidedness of Lotus here, as North Texas is on a 5-round streak, looking to make it potentially all the way.
Yeah, 100%, and it looks like Texas content to just allow for Waterloo to just try and make a mistake yet again. Just allow them to get aggressive and see what happens, as this Paranoia already set up towards B. And it might be, thought it was going to be something. Oh, and a nice concuss and a nice Paranoia as well is going to start on this side. And there it is. Brooklyn does find the kill. A nice first blood onto Jelly, and that might just be what the doctor ordered here for Waterloo. It's a fast, mad dash does come in towards A, and the info is going to get gathered by Pookie Wookie Bear. Nobody to clear this corner. Might just find a free kill as well onto Sage. Going to have the trigger discipline. Oh, do not miss. Do not miss. And the do not miss, she does. Finds the first, not going to be able to find another. But Waterloo keeping that advantage. Lilac looking to make some sort of play towards heaven. Finding the lone player in Castley could be huge here. And find as she does. 3v3 now. 1 HP for Akio. And just like that, the bomb starting to get defused. Is halfway. Maybe even thinking about sticking it as the Bucky kill.
Oh my
just
goodness!
like that, the defuse does come in. And Waterloo seals it away from Texas, ceasing the momentum from what they had in those last couple of rounds.
And on an eco round too.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty.
Those eco rounds.
That was really well played. I really like that stun towards B where they put it through B main and then have the Paranoia as you run away from the stun, and then you grenade the left side. It's chef's kiss. It's really well played, really well
this guy
developed.
Plays the game.
Yeah,
this guy plays the game. By the way.
I do play the game. I do. Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's map 1. You know, I mentioned this kind of like halfway through the map. Waterloo is the only team to have ever taken a map on North Texas. Ironically enough, it was on Lotus.
Well, I mean, it does look like Waterloo is definitely a team to be reckoned with on Lotus, just in general. I mean, we saw it against UCSD the other day when they played the first time and had that crazy comeback from 6-12, made it an OT, ended up losing out on that time around. But then when they played UCSD again on that map, just showing off, I believe they won like 13-6 or something like that. Maybe it was closer, but I'm not sure. All that matters is that Waterloo won that last encounter on Lotus with UCSD. And I mean, they're looking to try and make the upset a reality. Texas gonna have to put in a lot of work here on Icebox to try and make up for that loss on that map.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely interested to see how North Texas kind of fixes or changes up what they've been doing so far. We're going to Icebox for map 2. A little bit different, obviously. There really isn't what I would consider to be a gimmick to this map besides like a horizontal zip line rather than a vertical zip line. But I mean, I feel like it's never really used like a lot.
Have you ever watched Austin play?
Yeah, but he like He's schizo and just kind of like jumps across
You're
the
not
zip
wrong.
lines everywhere.
Well, he also
That's
shoots
just
on
all
it and
pro
just
players.
yeah, and they all have perfect accuracy on the zip line.
Somehow. Tournament
Who
patch.
cares?
I guess.
Yeah,
Tournament patch. They play on a different
Tournament
client.
patch.
They play on
Yeah.
a different client than we do.
Yes, on the ropes we have perfect accuracy.
Yeah.
Zoom and shoot. Woo! Just kind of that kind of moment. At least that's what it feels like sometimes.
I don't know what made me think of this. Does Neon have perfect accuracy in her ultimate on the
Yeah,
zip line? It doesn't
no.
count as like jumping.
It counts as jumping.
It counts as jumping, so she doesn't. I
It
don't know.
does
I don't
not.
know what made me think of that. It just.
I don't even think you can use the zip line because
Really?
you're using an ability, and you can't shoot. It's like jet knives. You can't throw your jet knives when you're on a rope.
Really?
Yeah, because it's an ability, and you can't use abilities on ropes.
Okay, I didn't know that. I guess I've never tried it. I don't.
Because like you can't shoot a Viper Molly out while you're on a rope.
Are you really?
Well, yeah.
I feel like you're. I feel like you're joking with me. Okay. Okay.
That's the case. I promise. You
That's
can't
crazy.
I know you can't use knives. The Viper Molly might be BS, but
I was like, I feel like I've seen clips of people doing stuff like that, but maybe I'm just schizo. I don't know.
well, I mean, you
but
are, but still.
but nonetheless, Icebox. Obviously, we're going. It's game 2. Waterloo has won map 1 of Lotus. Map 2 Icebox. What are we looking at?
Well, I mean, we are going to be seeing that deadlock to come in for Texas yet again. It is one of the things that they've been showing off in this tournament, just in general, being, I don't want to say weird, but being different is definitely the word I would use for it. It seemed to work for them. They do pick up a couple of couple of maps on Icebox. We did see them fall, though, yesterday to UCSD on map number 1 that was on Icebox, 13-10. So maybe we could see Waterloo looking back at that VOD, seeing what UCSD did, seeing how they kind of picked apart Texas in that manner, and just go from there. I think one of the big things, it's just going to be like what they did on Lotus. They're going to have to shut down Jelly, and they're going to have to shut down Lilac. One of the big things for that big stench in the first half as to why Waterloo was playing so good and just being able to kind of have free reign was because every time that Brooklyn kind of saw Jelly, just able to differ instantly. I mean, you get that first blood, especially on a player like Jelly that can have such high impact later in the rounds as well. Just kind of shows what Texas needs to get going in the rounds, because they need that player like Jelly or Lilac to get those kills. In general.
I mean, it's a lot of the initiators as well. You know,
Right.
a lot of what we saw was those breach stuns or the gecko blinds coming out and allowing Brooklyn to get those early picks onto Jelly and onto Lilac. I mean, we saw on multiple occasions either a stun would come through or like gecko ult would come through.
Yeah.
Find Lilac alone on that C site. Brooklyn double satchels in, gets that early pick. Site's free. You don't have to worry about that util anymore.
Right.
You basically are just a free site, and then they would capitalize off that by just like holding. They have really good post plant. That's really what I was seeing from that first map. Is Waterloo has amazing post plant. North Texas was they have good post plant, but it almost seemed like they were getting a little greedy. You know, they wanted to they wanted to push up and find those extra kills, and it kind of allowed Waterloo to come behind them. And kind of get the site back from them, and they have to take like another retake. Obviously, the timer's ticking down, but in that scenario, it's still very difficult for you to keep your composure when you don't have access to the bomb that you're trying to protect.
Yeah, that is a good point to bring up. A lot of the times, Texas just kind of pushing into CT, what bomb not really planted for them, just kind of taking the space almost to take it, not really with a huge plan in that regard as to what they want to do later in the post plant. But I mean, for Icebox, can't really make that kind of mistake. It's going to be difficult to make that kind of mistake unless you just plan on just fighting it out and brawling until they end, and just making sure that you get the kills instead of just playing time in those post plants.
I think they should plant the bomb and just go stare at the snowman.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that works too. Is it going to be which snowman? Because there's the one that you can break, and then there's the other one at the back of
There's back of B site to the left.
Yeah, and then there's one
front of A site.
Yeah, that you can break.
I think you can't break the B one?
No.
Well, that's the big one.
Yeah,
there's
big one over by
there's
B.
multiple little ones.
Are there really?
I'm pretty
I only
sure.
know about the one on
There's
A.
obviously
I
the
break
one
that
because
all
that's the one
time.
because that's the one that people like. If they see you break it, they'll like start shooting at you, even though they're on your team.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing that happens.
Sorry,
at all,
you're in like ego elo, so nobody actually cares.
Eco Elo? What the heck?
Yeah,
That's such a weird thing to say. I mean, I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I get some of the people in like Immortal think they are the greatest players to ever live. They're not. Just letting y'all know that it's not that serious. But yeah, they are pretty cringy, but they don't care about snowmen
they don't care about
getting
snowmen.
broken.
That's why medal ranks are more fun. We care about snowmen rights. We care about snowmen rights. Hashtag protect the snowman.
I'm gonna break the snowman every time I go into Icebox now.
Are you gonna send me a picture of it every time?
It'll just
Like-
be a Snapchat video. Hey, look what I'm doing.
just
spam it.
Odin spam it. Just buy an Odin early in the round. Just start
Of
spamming the
course.
snowman.
How else am I supposed to kill the snowman? Use a classic?
You
Lame.
gotta knife it.
Nah, that's no fun.
Well, you also can't do it. You can't reach it.
Okay, whatever. I guess you can't knife the snowman. Ooh. Don't look at me like that.
You played this game for how many hours?
A lot. Probably over 1,000.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
I guess yeah.
I've been playing since 2020.
What's your level?
Like 492.
Jesus Christ.
What?
I'm like 106.
Yeah, because you don't play the game.
I don't play the game.
Exactly.
I play Omega Strikers.
Fortnite kid.
No.
iPad baby.
No. Do it. I swear to God.
Yeah, we're gonna start that up again.
No.
It's like Western Cactus.
We're not here for long enough for it to be funny anymore.
Is
We were there for a long time.
We were there for a long time. That was grueling.
Not like
Actually grueling.
I think the full hour stream between both weekends was like going on like 30. No, not 30. Like almost 50 hours.
Scary.
And like, I know you were there for a lot of it.
I
I was
was
there
there
for
for
almost all of it. Not casting, but I was just there for it. This is a glimpse of what GCU Esports does in a long stream, because we've got a potential like 5 hours of Valorant, right?
Yeah.
We had a
that's true.
guaranteed 8 hours of Valorant at Western Cactus League. So, but nonetheless, we're just waiting for the teams to get settled in.
Yeah.
What do you think the comps are gonna look like? You think they run double controller?
For
The ho-
Waterloo.
run
Well,
the,
I know
run
for-
the Harbor Viper.
For Texas, I know it's gonna be the Deadlock Chamber, Harbor, Chamber, Deadlock, Harbor, Jet, Killjoy, because they run. No, not
Hey, I
Killjoy.
can show you what they got.
Oh yeah, very cool. I guess it might be.
You were wrong. They have a Sova.
Sova, that's what I meant. Wow, thank you, Evan. Ooh, very cool. But yeah, I mean, just going into it, Texas gonna have that same kind of comp that they have had in the. Actually, it's different. They have made a change. Originally, it was Lilac on that chamber, but this time around, electing for the Killjoy, maybe something that they decided that they wanted to change and just have more coverage of the map in general. But I mean, it could be pretty difficult to play against this Killjoy setup with the Deadlock setup overall. I mean, Waterloo looking to give kind of a normal composition for Icebox here. Gonna be that double controller, the Harbor Viper, as well as the Jet Sova and the Killjoy. So looking forward to seeing how these two comps do end up matching up. I believe it's the same composition that UCSD brought in. No, they
This
brought
is-
in a Gecko.
This is like the most commonly seen Icebox comp.
100%.
Like this like when we talk about like Ascent meta comp, this is like
Icebox
the
meta
quote
comp.
unquote meta comp of Icebox. Like you can change it if you want, but this is the most reasonable. You got double wall, so you can like fake B and still go A and have denial. But it's like you have your Sentinel, which KJ is just always good. She needs something to make her not great.
I don't know what you can do though.
It's true.
It's
I mean, you can't even like you can nerf her, but I feel like she just gives so much presence on a site. It's hard
Well,
to.
it's just weird because I feel like any nerf that you do make to her will make her bad to the point of not being used at all. So it's like,
Yeah. It's like when Cypher got deleted from the game. Basically.
yeah, literally, I was so sad. I was a Cypher main for like all of Plat and Diamond. I loved playing Cypher, and then he got literally yeeted out of existence because they hated him back in like 2001, 2000.
I was like, Project A is 22 years old.
Oh God, oh no. But yeah, that's just kind of how it was, and I just was a very sad individual. As we do go into it though, is the pistol already, Brooklyn. Gonna be 1 HP for Waterloo. The aggression getting taken in nicely by Texas, and as that aggression does come in towards A, it is kind of the go signal for B. Jelly taking a lot of space here with the Cascades coming in. A nice move by Waterloo to try and get up and personal towards the B side. And a nice push. Top Brooklyn Jiyoung to double up. Find a couple of kills. A nice ball as well, though. Is not going to allow for a push. Castley to find one. Jiyoung with another. And just like that, Lilac all alone on this flank does find her counterpart in Castley. But I mean, just has so much work to do here. A 1v3, 87 health to her name. Only one player going to be one shot. But a potential to win this round nonetheless. Onat and Myra might be snuck up on here in a second if she's not careful. But it just kind of comes down. Yeah, Lilac does clear the corner, but a little bit of damage does come in. But Brooklyn with a nice headshot does finish things off, and that's 3 out of 3 pistols here for Waterloo in these past 2 maps. The Force come in as well. A Guardian, Marshall, kind of just a hodgepodge of weapons, all different weapons. Bulldogs, Marshall, Spectre, just a lone sheriff on the side.
I don't know, you've seen that sheriff do some damage.
It has done some damage. Yeah, just looking to see what Texas has in store. It's kind of difficult, though, to go towards B when you have a round like this. Gonna have to negate this rage difference somehow. If you do take the site, then that's one way to do it, but obviously you have to take the site. When you just have classics, it's gonna be pretty difficult against some of these superior weapons in the hands of Waterloo. And wow, it looks like Brooklyn getting really aggressive towards A. Is going to be walking up, does find the kill. Castley on the other side of the map to find another as the Cove does come in. Castley with yet another Onat Admirer is there with the help. And just like that, not going to finish out the round. Akio going to trade a kill back and maybe even make her way back towards A. Tempting to get this bomb plant in.
Just trying to get the econ from it at least.
Oh yeah, but it is a Marshall to make something happen. A nice Marshall skin as well. Spinny.
I love Neo Frontier.
Is that what it's called? How do you know the skin pack name?
Because that's like top 5 skin lines for me.
Well, yeah.
I don't like the upgraded version though. I like the old Western.
Oh, okay, I
like
guess that's
the
fine,
old
yeah.
West. You know, like especially the sheriff. The sheriff, I think the upgraded version is cool, but when you just have like an old 6-iron on your hip, it's so cool.
I just don't like how they don't allow for you to have those but not have the kill animation at the end.
Right? I wish you could like let me pick and choose what I want on my gun.
It's too the technology is too advanced for Riot Gaming.
Yeah, multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah. Makes an entire video game, can't fully customize my skin. Madge. That's gotta be a typical gamer moment, right?
I gotta be honest, gamers are probably some of the most like spoiled
True.
group of people out there.
So true.
Spike drop.
They just whine at the company that makes their game until they make a change that they've been waiting for. The change is bad. The company tells them this is why we didn't make this change before. They revert, and then they start complaining about it again, and then just it's an endless cycle. Finally, though, the hit does come in. A nice little net. Does not amount to too much value, though, this time around. And it is going to be a huge fight. The bonus to try and come through for Waterloo. Onat and Meyer to start things off. Finds her counterpart, and just like that, finds a second as well. Lilac with the trade. Pookie Wookie, though, finds a kill with the Sheriff. And oh my goodness, Waterloo finding the kills. And yet again, the first 3 rounds of this half go their way. The 3rd time in a row for this 3-0 start.
I don't know, some stuff happened. That's, I was like, kill. Good job, Waterloo. So much just happened in like 3 seconds.
That is very true. It's all good.
That's like that classic Valorant moment where like the top down and it's just like util everywhere.
Yeah. Where it literally feels like Overwatch. Go into the next. Jelly looking to get a little aggressive, and the timing might even work out for her. Pookie Wookie Bear
Here.
did not find. Oh, this could be bad though. Oh, Top Brooklyn actually finds a kill. Maybe even to find another. The updraft to try and escape danger. The fall damage though is going to be big. Sage to find another kill, and this might be the go-ahead signal for this take. Oh no, just going to be running up to grab this gun. The Sheriff only trying to fight these players. Pookie Wookie Bear to find both actually. And there's the bomb down B long. And now Texas in quite a pickle here. Has to make something happen. Castley though will not allow it. Finds Lilac. And now just Sage. No health to her name. Jiyoung to find the final kill. And Waterloo up 4-0. Kind of a rinse and repeat to how the map started back on Lotus.
Yeah, I mean, through and through, Waterloo is just looking like they have, like, they're here to play, you know? They don't want to go home with that second place trophy. They want that first place prize pool that they get. And it's really just on the back of Brooklyn in at least Lotus. And now it's looking like Waterloo's, or it's looking like Icebox is going to be very similar.
Yeah, it definitely does look that way. And things are definitely not going to let up for Texas. Here is the operator now in the hands of Brooklyn and finding a more value. Pookie Wookie Bear in the middle of the map also finds a kill, maybe looking for another, but is not going to find any more. And I mean, Texas is kind of getting picked apart in the early round. Has to find some sort of foothold yet again. The kill does not quite come out. Wow, Pookie Wookie Bear though showing off her skills this map. As Sage does find a way onto the site, but Pookie Wookie Bear finding a trade. The plant might just go down, but the vulnerable leaving a very difficult post plant here for Akio. 1v4, and maybe even didn't notice her run back towards long. It is going to be all of these players trying to make something happen finally here, but no, Onat and Myra finds the final kill. The defuse to go in the hands of Jiyoung to try and fill up that Viper's Pit ult. Just like that, 5-0. Kind of leaving Texas here in the dirt.
And you know, it sounds brutal, but right now, North Texas, they just need to start hitting their shots. Bab had full vision on Brooklyn, and still got taken out by the operator. And then in that mid spot, Lilac having a fight with Pookie Wookie Bear, has advantage, has the crosshair lined up, but is just not able to hit that shot. Pookie Wookie Bear taking advantage of it, putting them down another player. And almost seems like North Texas is a little flustered at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty primitive for us to be saying stuff like that, but sometimes that is just the fact of the matter. You have to hit your shots. At the end of the day, it is a first-player shooter. You can have the best plan in the world until you get one tapped by a Vandal, and right now, Waterloo showing off how that can be the case. The Hunter's Fury trying to get some sort of value here, but none to be found. And I think the position given up now from Jelly, the lockdown come in for Texas as well. Jung, though, is going to find the first blood and open things up. Jelly to find her counterpart in the Killjoy ultimate. Finally being popped. And the retake will have to start here for Waterloo. The Harbor ult to be activated. And that's going to be Jelly to find yet another kill, but no more for her. Spooky Wookie Bear finds another Jiung with 2. And just like that, it's going to be one player fully stunned up. The defuse coming through halfway, but can't destroy the cove. And just like that, another ninja defuse comes in. Pookie Wookie to find the final kill. And just like that, Waterloo finds another round where really they have no business winning it.
Yeah, North Texas had such a great lockdown on that site, but they just were getting picked out in spots where they really shouldn't have. I thought for a second Jelly was going to be able to solidify that round, but again, swinging through that smoke, not able to find that kill on Pookie, who was really not paying attention or not having their weapon anywhere close. And then gets taken out, and that really just solidified the round for UW.
Yeah, and I think Pookie is definitely playing above the bar this time around, finding a lot of key kills, never really dying first. And as I'm saying that, Jelly finds the kill onto Brooklyn, operator acquired, but just like that, Pookie does find the kill towards mid. So now no more lurk has to be worried about, but Jelly with that operator is going to show how fearsome she can be. Now just a little bit more time, just like that. Jelly with the Blade Storm finds yet another, looking for a little bit more too, wants to try and get this ace going here. Onadmeyer trying to put an end to it, does. Jelly though finds Jiyoung at the very end, Akio to find another kill. And Texas finally putting a round up on the board here against Waterloo.
You know, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the exact same scenario as last game.
It was.
Was it 6-1?
Yeah, it was 6-1. I was thinking the same thing.
I couldn't remember if it was 6-1 or 7-1, but I was like, I know that round came somewhere in this scenario. So, North Texas may not liking that omen.
Oh, you can't get a bad omen. There's no omen on the map right now. Anyways, yeah, the round's starting out, and it looks like
cringe.
Well, I am cringe. I never said I wasn't. Oh my gosh, top Brooklyn finds the fast first kill, and yeah, I don't even know how she finds a way to escape there. Looked dead in the water there.
She dashed into pipes.
Yes.
And still got out.
No, she didn't. She like ran back and then dashed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looked like she dashed into the pipes and then just like walked backwards.
That is what it looked like, huh? But you are wrong.
Not bad. At least I'm not saying cringe stuff like there's no omen on the map.
What? It's factual. It's not cringe, it's factual. This guy. So weird. I mean, top Brooklyn yet again. Finds the kill, a nice rotate, and Pookie Wookie Bear even finding the lurk, so aware of her surroundings, knowing how there can be a couple of players trying to be making their way, making a play towards A. And now it's just going to be on Lilac and Bab.
30 seconds left.
Trying to make something happen. The shots start to ring out, and oh my gosh, even going to activate the Killjoy ultimate, the Deadlock ult, not going to be finding any value there as Castley and Onad and Meyer find the kills. 7-1 now. And now taking a detour from what we saw in the last map. Not going to be North Texas finding their second right now, but instead Waterloo finding their 7th.
I don't think Waterloo is too worried about that. I think they're okay with getting their 7th round instead of letting North Texas have a second.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. But I mean, right now it just looks yet again like Waterloo's game.
Yeah.
I mean, they cannot do any wrong right now. Finding the first bloods, being able to escape as well with their lives when they do find those kills. And I think the big thing right now for Texas is just that they cannot get any kills going whatsoever. Even when they think they have a play, like when Jelly was moving over towards A, had that lurk in the last round, maybe thought that she could get some kills from the back, but just can't do it because Pookie, too smart, has the awareness to find her out, sniff her out, and just figure out that, hey, there is going to be this lurk. And, yeah, just kind of puts an end to the play altogether from Texas.
Yeah, it's really looking like North Texas is able to find the kills when UW has no idea where they are. But when it comes down to winning the 1v1, UW has just absolutely dominated in that showing. Brooklyn sitting on the operator, doing an absolutely phenomenal job. It honestly is just looking like it's UW's game to lose and North Texas's to win.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the even worse part for Texas here is these next 4 rounds, it doesn't really matter what you do. The economy not going to be getting faltered for Waterloo at all. You're going to have to deal with an operator for the rest of this half for sure. And I mean, the move towards A is going to have to come in here. It's Brooklyn. Now the lone player on the site, and Jelly might get caught here if the flick doesn't come in, and it does not. Jelly does get the dash away, but the kill finally does come in for Brooklyn. A nice shot onto Jelly, finding that first blood. The aggression from Texas not quite panning out. Kind of feels like it's just Jelly trying to make something happen without the team backing her up too strongly. Kind of a difference as to what we normally see from Texas, but Waterloo taking full advantage of it, finding these first bloods, being able to make it so that Texas has these disadvantages, and the bomb here soon to come down. There it goes. As it finally comes planting down in this 4v5. They do have the Hunter's Fury to work with. But even then, I say that, and the one player on the site is going to be the Sova. Both Harbor ults used. Everybody looking to get concussed here yet again, as a couple of deadlock utilities do get activated, and just like that, the tap onto the bomb does start the cove to get destroyed, but the kill is coming in for Waterloo yet again. Just Bab alone finds 3, but top Brooklyn finds 4 on the round. She can do it with an op, she can do it with a Vandal, finds the kills, and just like that, Waterloo shatters the hopes for Texas to win that round yet again.
That entire time, from start to finish, Pookie Wookie Bird drops Cove and then just sits on the bomb. Not even like, she's like, my team got it. Brooklyn's 12-2, she can figure it out.
I mean, it's true, and that's kind of been like a winning strategy, I'd say, against Texas here for Waterloo. Just making sure that you get on that bomb as soon as possible and put as much pressure as you possibly can onto Texas. Force them to try and make some sort of play, have to deny the bomb defuse, and I mean, so far not being able to necessarily do that, as we see the scoreline 8-1. As this Viper's Pit gonna be so difficult to try and make a move through, as Jiyoung just gonna play her life, play really safe, make sure that no players are able to walk through this ultimate ability. Have even a player to watch right above her as well, so nobody be able to use that zip line. And the delay in mid from Pookie, using the harbor wall to try and cut off the sight lines for everybody else. this round just feels like it can't go anywhere but to Waterloo this time around. Going to be pushed into this operator, and it's going to be on Brooklyn yet again to find some value. All 5 players have to make this move towards mid, but the operator already looking to make a shot here. The updraft does come in onto top pipe, and the push onto B through mid does come in. Pretty unconventional way to get to this site. The bomb plan actually will come down. Top Brooklyn looking maybe, oh, but the jiggle peek may have seen something, but Pookie from the back finds the kill. First blood to go their way. Jelly on 1 HP, but still finding the value from that Vandal. Bab as well, finding another Castley to trade one back. And now the pinch onto the site. They have to try and get the bomb cap gone, and the Hunter's Fury used for that. As the kill for Castley does come in. A nice molly from Jiyoung to try and make something happen, but no, she cannot. 1 HP and a dream, not much to do, but kind of die where she stands. Sage to find the final. And Texas finally picking up that second, but Jelly falling to the bomb might be a bit of a blunder there.
Yeah, still able to buy, but just barely. Maybe having to skimp out on some util, updraft, or maybe a smoke, cloud burst there. But I mean, North Texas is just looking to maybe round this out 8-4. It's just going to be tough. You know, they're on a lighter buy. 2 Guardians, nothing to scoff at, but obviously Brooklyn's still having that operator in hand, still being a wall to get through.
Yeah, 100%. Just because of that operator, you see that cascade that has to come out for Texas. They have to be so aware of the operator being here, being ready for Brooklyn to make some sort of play. And oh my gosh, Jelly already up in personal. Doesn't find a kill this time around, but oh my gosh. Castley actually finds a molly kill as well, though. 1 HP onto Jelly and a kill onto...
And Bab also 1 HP as well.
A great setup is going to amount to a lot of impact on this round. It's going to be even more difficult for North Texas to try and stand their ground. As the retake does come in, the man advantage towards Waterloo. And it looks like Jelly going to be trying to get aggressive yet again, but top Brooklyn, finds the kill, and Jelly actually finds a kill as well. Brooklyn yet again finding 3, maybe make it 4, as the ult does come in, but just not in time. As Pookie Bear does get, doesn't even get killed. Does find the kill instead. And I mean, just kind of a bizarre Looney Tunes moment. Getting pulled in by that deadlock ult and just kind of getting spun into the air.
Yup, and as we go into the last round of this half, once again, UW having all the money in the world to send this into a full buy for the last round, and North Texas having to sit on an econ. You know, we've seen both of these teams do great things with their econs, but that was on Lotus, a map where econs could be viable. This Icebox map, especially with Brooklyn having a super aggressive offer.
Oh,
gotta be careful.
Oh wow, Jiyoung.
That's tough.
Yeah, she's gonna be the one to find the first blood this time around and find it onto Jelly, and that just means Texas gonna be in a world of hurt to try and get out onto some of these sides. Jelly kind of the forerunner for this team to try and take the map control, take the map space. So with her falling, just kind of makes it all the more difficult.
And it also just kind of allows UW to sit on the numbers that they have. They don't need to over-rotate too much. They're just waiting for the util to come out. They've got the alarm bot called that they're on B. 40 seconds left.
It looks like Texas just going to have to try and make something happen. A couple of walls from the deadlock.
30 seconds
attempting their hardest to do it. Oh my gosh, Castley trying to make some sort of hero play and just run up onto the bomb. And Lilac also finds Pookie, so just like that, Texas finding the man advantage once again. 4v3, this retake to be so difficult here for Waterloo as Brooklyn just kind of hoppity, but no kills to be found as Akio and Lilac team up to find the last three. 9-3 half for Waterloo.
They're able to find it once again. Nortec's able to find those 3 rounds, but like we said last time, it all comes down to whether or not they can actually bring it back. You know, they got 5 or 6 in a row in the last round, but we're not able to solidify it. So they've really got to have some lockdown defense against this Waterloo team, who we know has immense pressure on their attacks.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, the way that Brooklyn has been shooting this game doesn't put a lot of confidence in me to say that Texas could maybe pull a comeback out of the hat. But we are going to go into this pistol, and if that comeback is going to be coming to fruition, it is going to have to start here. The wall for Deadlock already going to come in. This kind of gets so dangerous, sad to destroy. You have to waste so many bullets rather on it, but just like that, it's just Jelly and Bab. Gonna be able to be helped by Lilac as well. Jelly trying to get aggressive and find a kill. She does not. Only a little bit of chip damage here and there. It looks like the sun even to come through. Jelly to find that first blood that we've been needing her to see. And even finding a second. Jelly finally finding an activation. Make it 3. As the dash does come in. The kill for Castley does come in. The turret actually making some work right now. And Texas finally finding a pistol and potentially finding a way back into this map.
First one of the night.
Is first one. Can we even say night? It's 3:30.
Oh my god, it is.
This guy feels like he's been here for hours.
Usually we start at like 6, 7 o'clock. It's too early.
What do you mean too early?
I woke up at like 10:30.
I woke up at 12:15.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to bed at 6.
Sounds like a you problem.
It is a me problem. That's why I don't complain about it. But I thought it'd be funny to complain about it right now, so.
Yeah.
Oh, outlaw moment. It is Jelly finding Brooklyn. Just like that, it's going to be Waterloo. Just going to make a mad dash towards this A site. Try and make something happen as they do run up. And they're going to have to try and close out these angles. It's going to be two players on the site. Nakio with the Bulldog will not have any of it. Finds 3, make it 4 with the Ghost. And just like that, Texas finds the second round of this half. Looking to make it 3 with this bonus.
Ji-Young's gonna have to be careful here. Ji-Young and Brooklyn are actually gonna have to be careful here. Jelly still. Oh, actually, Jelly deciding to drop the Outlaw to Bab and pick up an Operator instead.
Wow.
So this could be the turnaround that North Texas is looking for. Jelly can get a few kills with these early on.
I don't know how I like that idea. Having the Operator obviously is such a crucial weapon, but when you have the bonus come in, kind of question it, but I'll put that on hold. It's the dash up and really aggressive from Brooklyn, and a really nice move onto the site as Pookie Wookie Bear and Brooklyn team up to take the site together. The bomb will go down, planting up on top nest, and just like that, it's going to be a full retake scenario. And it's going to be really difficult for Texas. A couple of really tough guns to make a retake with, an Operator, an Outlaw, and I believe it's going to be some sort of Spectre or Bulldog. No, it's just going to be a Sheriff, and it's going to be the accuracy weapons trying to make something happen. As the dart does at first come in. The Molotovs, though, the Nano Swarm for Waterloo. Double hit. Going to have to make work, though. Onat Admirer will not let this retake occur. Finds 2, and just like that, gonna have to save that Operator. And what I was trying to say is, or at the beginning of the round, I don't know why we would pick up the operator at this point. It doesn't really make too much sense. You can always just kind of save into the next round, buy up an operator when you have the kind of the funds with your team, and you know, just kind of drop the outlaw if you do end up winning the round in the previous round.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jelly was just trying to maybe look for a little more presence on the map in that round. Obviously, that outlaw does 140, not a full kill. I think that's really what Jelly was looking for, finalizing the kills in one shot rather than having it take two and missing out on anything, on any kills that could be the turning point.
Yeah, definitely possible. It's going to be the wall getting broken, destroyed, annihilated towards B here pretty early. I think that's going to be one of the things Waterloo is going to have to think about while they do go into the future rounds of this half, just trying to destroy that wall and put the pressure over towards B.
Take flight.
And just like that, it's going to be only 2 players towards A. That wall pressure makes the rotate come in too late. Brooklyn to get the trade onto Sage, and just like that, 4v4 yet again. Bomb plant in a different spot. And maybe even going to be playing here on the site, a little bit different from the last retake that we saw. No, actually going to elect to move out with a flank being watched. Castley thought she might be caught there, but no, it is going to be all right for her. As the off kill does come in, the spam has to come in onto the Cove. Can't really do too much though. The reload has to come in, but right before the defuse, it comes through. Know that this last player is off, and just like that, Waterloo has such a good chance to win this round. 1v2, and Brooklyn will find the last shot. 4 on the round for her in pretty heroic fashion.
Yeah, that was definitely looking very close. Akeo able to stick that bomb to half, and we couldn't quite see it, but I'm pretty sure it was just a couple seconds, if not less than 1 second away from being defused. And was it Castley?
Yes.
It was Castley.
On the flank, or?
They got the kill onto Akeo.
No, it was
Brooklyn.
It was Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn got 4 that round.
Unable to get that kill onto Lilac down low and then reload in time to get the kill onto the diffuser. That was
right. Yeah, and it looks like North Texas being aggressive over towards A, but Waterloo just kind of reading right into it, as already trying to take that B site, even committing the Harbor ultimate for this site. The bomb plant, oh my goodness, Bab just kind of running out, trying to make something happen, but Brooklyn gonna punish there, as now Texas in such a difficult spot. 2 players already down, and Waterloo with all 5 up. A little bit of damage there found from Jelly, and now she's gonna have to show us what she can do with this Blade Storm, trying to make something happen, but nothing will. Castley and Onat admire her to find the kills. The Stinger does find one, but that will be it. 12-5 now. Waterloo in position to take map number 2 in yet another tough way. Yeah, and now the timeout does have to come in. And I mean, definitely would have liked to see it a little bit sooner here from Texas. I mean, it is 12-5, and you kind of need a game plan how you're going to get back into this thing. Granted, it is a best of 5, so they do still have one more map if they do end up not making the comeback here. But I mean, 12-5 in the fashion that Waterloo has been taking these rounds, has been just winning rounds, even back in Lotus, kind of leads me to believe that they've got a pretty big grip on how to play this map against Texas.
Oh, absolutely. And like I mentioned in like round 4 or 5, it just comes down to North Texas is not hitting their shots. They're not finding those kills in the 1v1s. They're not finding anything that can really change the course of the round that they're in at that moment. And I mean, that's just what is a big part of this game, right? Like you mentioned it. You can think so much, but when it all comes, you can't think when somebody is staring at you and trying to shoot you.
Yeah.
You have to shoot back, and the UW is just doing it better. Brooklyn's 22-8. Pookie Wookie is 14 and 9. Jelly's doing really well, but it's just, you know, Sage 6 and 14. It's a tough scenario to be in.
Yeah, 100%. And now it looks like Waterloo looking to press their advantage, try and see if they can just kind of end it out right here. 5 players towards A, 1 towards the flank. And it will be only 3 here for Texas. A nice harbor ult is going to be able to find a couple of concusses, and the kills do start out towards Texas as the first towards Sage, or for Sage rather, as things start to quiet down. Texas not looking to give up any mistakes here, want to make sure that they can win this round. Waterloo creeping their way back towards A. It is going to be a bit of a favorable site here for Waterloo if they do decide to take it. It's going to only be 2 players on the site, and they've waited just enough so that there won't be 3.
30
So
seconds
now
left.
it's going to be all the work have to be done by Akio. Oh yeah, and finds the first blood, as well as Sage has to find another. Castley is going to find one, maybe even thinking about the lockdown, but not this time around as the darts do get the pings. The bomb will go down. Sage to find one, but the time is so low. They have to find some sort of bomb plant, and they will get stuck. The bomb does go down. Pookie Wookie Bear gonna have to go absolutely massive as the Cope goes down, finds one but no more. It's now just Castley, has to do so much, finds one but no more, as the Classic cannot find the heads of North Texas, and they are staying in this map.
It's still going to be a tough round, tough to bring back though. Waterloo still has plenty of money to buy. They've got econ for, you know, 2, maybe 3 more rounds, depending on how they turn out. Jelly once again going to try and go back to that operator, see if she can't make something come of it.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, as we do go in to the next round, it's hard to imagine that Waterloo has to be feeling down. Has that map point here. Gonna be on a full buy yet again as well. Just trying to make some pressure towards A. Bait out a couple of retakes. See where it takes them from there. The wall does come out in the insta break from top Brooklyn. Will come out now, just a standstill. A game of thought at this point as the op does ring out over towards B from Jelly. Not going to connect onto any players. Texas just biding their time, allowing for Waterloo to kind of work up wherever they want. Have a lot of these places covered, a lot of areas of the map covered, and content without any information at all, as Waterloo finally making a move back towards A. All 5 players
30 seconds left.
be pushing this site, and it's going to be all on Sage and Akio yet again. They're going to have to make something happen as the hit comes in. The harbor wall down the dart as well. A nice dash up trap for Brooklyn, but Akio does find the first kill. Pookie Wookie to find the trade, maybe even trying to find another, but the bomb has to go down. 8 seconds left, and just like that, it maybe gets tapped, but no. Oh, it does get held now. Very, very tough.
That was close.
Yeah. Definitely could have been leading to disaster, but now Waterloo set up nicely to try and finish this map out. The Hunter's Fury here trying to make sure that they will not be able to get a defuse, and North Texas has flooded the site. The lineups, though, might be a little too difficult to try and play against. The Hunter's Fury already in effect, and the players push up. Jelly not going to check her left, though. Pookie Wookie is going to find another kill, and now just Lilac has to make it work, but no. Pookie Wookie yet again finds the kills and finds map number 2 for Waterloo.
Waterloo's looking comfy.
Yeah.
They got a 2-map lead. They're going into I don't remember what map 3 is.
I don't either. I'm not gonna lie.
But whatever it is, I'm sure they've got a plan for it on how to take down North Texas. But I mean, they're just looking really good. Breeze.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Breeze in a while.
Yeah, Breeze. It's gonna be a fun one too, especially with how aim-dually it is, just in general.
Yeah.
And just seeing if Texas can kind of switch it up and change it up, find a way to win a map like that. That could definitely be the difference maker in this.
You want to talk about an operator map?
Huh.
Bree. If
Also
we don't
that,
don't see an operator come out, I will be surprised and kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I would be too. But I mean, yeah, when we are looking towards Breeze, kind of interested to see if Texas is going to change up their comp yet again. Obviously, in the last map, what we've seen in the past is having Lilac on the chamber instead of that Killjoy. So I'm interested to see if they maybe try a Cypher potentially, or if they just want to go back to that comfort pick of a chamber on Breeze. Always a nice pick, at least on Breeze.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be interesting. North Texas has to find something. They got I don't know if they have a trick up their sleeve or they just need to change something up, but they have to find something different in this third map on Breeze. But yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be, I mean, it's really just going to be a idea of if they can get the kills just in general and find the momentum early. I think one of the biggest things that is kind of in the heads of Texas right now is that they haven't had a round lead at all throughout this series. From the start of the second map and the first map, they've always been down on the pistol, and we're looking to see if they do change that up in map number 3. But before that happens, we are going to go ahead and go to a break, so don't go anywhere, and we'll be back with map 3 of Breeze.
Hello, everybody. We're back.
Oh my gosh.
Eli told me to bring us back.
I
so
told him
did.
to bring us back because that's the intro.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, so Waterloo's up 2. If you're just now joining
yeah.
us, we are doing grand finals of the 2024 Purple Rain Valorant Series, hosted by DCU, sponsored by Rockstar. A $5,000 prize pool, $2,500 to the winning team.
I believe so, yeah.
$2,500 to the winning team, and that's what is being decided right now. Who will win that $2,500? UNT is coming out of the winner's side and is now down 2.
Huh. Yeah,
Kind of ironic.
Kind of an outcome we were not expecting, I'll be honest. At least, maybe not necessarily that they're down 2-0, which I wasn't expecting that, but also in the fashion that it's been happening.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the first map ended, I believe, 13-6? Or no, 13-8.
It went, yeah, I was like, it went to 8 because they were 3 and then they got 5 in a row.
Right, and then the last map, Icebox, that we just watched, ending 13-5. I mean, Waterloo just kind of coming out and showing, hey, we're here to play. We may have had to make a loser's bracket run, but even so, we are still a viable contender for this first place prize. And I mean, obviously here to show it, and just honestly looking to see what kind of response Texas can have in this third map of Breeze.
Yeah, the most curious thing to me is, Waterloo lost, I believe, 2-0 to UCSD in semifinals.
Yeah.
So in a surprising fashion, they got sent to loser side of the bracket, were able to beat UCSD 2-0 in the run back, and are now up 2-0 in a BO3 or BO5 against North Texas. So we're on match point.
Yeah.
Right now, if Waterloo can win this round, they take home the $2,500 prize pool.
Yeah, it is a lot on the line here for Waterloo to try and finish things out, but Texas looking to try and make a comeback here in the series, get that reverse sweep. But man, I haven't seen this Breeze comp. I thought
I was in Breeze.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen Breeze in what feels like forever, but we did watch Texas play against GCU in the first map or first round on Thursday. That was the streamed match, but I don't necessarily remember if Fab was playing the Sky or if it was a different agent. I think it might be the same, but I'm actually not too sure. But at the end of the day, I mean, Sky versus KO going to be kind of the matchup to look at here. Pookie Wookie Bear has been kind of dominating the past couple of maps. Maybe not necessarily, well, it is in the kill department, but even when it's not in the kill department, it's in the utility usage, it's in the diffuses, it's just in the overall team play. She is excelling overall.
Yeah, and I mean, Brooklyn and Pookie Wookie Bear are by far the foundation of this Waterloo team right now. They have been so consistent throughout these last two games. It doesn't even look like North Texas ever had a chance.
Yeah.
It almost seems like Waterloo should have been the team going into winners grand finals from that winner's side.
Yeah, it is a very difficult way to think of things, but I mean, it kind of is the case, especially with the performance that we have been seeing here from Waterloo. As we do go into this map finally, it's going to be the burden on Texas to try and make something happen. They haven't really had too much of a map lead, or round lead rather, at all. In fact, I don't think they've had a round lead at all this series, losing the first couple pistols, the second rounds, as well as the bonuses.
Because it's been 9-3 both maps so far.
Yeah, so definitely on Texas to try and see if they can pick up this first bonus. Waterloo getting pretty aggressive towards pipe here, double pushing towards this A main, and they might be able to catch a couple of players off guard if this timing does not work out. The Sheriff shots do not work out as Brooklyn actually does find the Sheriff kill onto Lilac, the Chamber Headhunter. Not going to be putting in the work this time around, is now going to have to back up, and Jelly all alone over towards A. As the regroup towards B is going to be what comes through. A little bit of utility now for a very interesting shock dart. Does destroy the tripwire though, and this molly is going to be very difficult to work with if you are Texas. Castley to find the first, and just like that, the fast rotate back to A is going to have to come through. Jelly on this timing has quite a bit of a lurk and might be able to catch a couple of the players that are rotating. But this timing might go to waste if waited too long, so now has to make her move. And yeah, here it comes as maybe to find, yeah, Pookie Wookie Bear. The whiffs though do come in. Pookie to have a chance. And the damage onto Jelly does force her to push back towards the site. Is now the 5v3 for Waterloo is going to have to come through. A lot of damage on the side of Texas as well, and this is going to be so difficult. The team fights are going to have to be perfect as the run-up does come through. The first kill does go to Jelly. A nice molly, but no kills to amount for it. Akio to find another, and just like that, a 1v3. Akio, so much work to do, has the health to do it, but with 3 players in a pistol round, it is going to be quite difficult. Does pick up the first, but Ji-young is going to find the kill, and just like that, Waterloo picks up their 5th pistol in a row.
Not in a row.
Is it in a whoa?
No.
Team A.
Did Texas win the? No,
Texas won second pistol of Icebox.
No, they didn't. They did. No,
Yeah, they did.
because it was 11-3.
Texas won the first pistol of the second half of Icebox. I promise you.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, yo, my fault.
All good.
My fault, peeps. It happens. A little confusion occurs sometimes here and there. I know it doesn't happen very often.
A lot of Valorant.
There has been a lot of Valorant these past couple of days. Watching a lot. Yeah, just going in. Oh my gosh!
That's Headhunter for you.
Yeah, that's the Headhunter putting in the work that we've been looking for, and now just 2 players on the A site. Pookie Wookie Bear also to fall. The Guardian picked up instantly, and a crazy shot from Jelly. This is what we've been looking for from Texas, and just like that, they deliver. A couple of insane shots come out. It's now the position now noted for Castley. Does find one, but that will be it. Bab to finish things out, but Texas, maybe, just maybe, what they need to get right back into this series.
Yeah, I mean, that was just phenomenal. Lilac getting that early kill kind of just allows North Texas to full commit to that A site. And then Jelly catching Pookie out with util in hand. And then that was just a fantastic pickup of the Guardian to just take out Ji-young. And,
Yeah.
and fast kills just turned into a round play. That's really all it was.
100%, and it's kind of on Pookie there. Should have the awareness that there isn't going to be a player somewhat close onto the site. And it looks like Texas, though, wants to capitalize on the momentum that they have gained, just making these quick, fast plays over towards A. And just like that, the bomb will go off yet again. As a flank as well from Waterloo is going to come in. Lilac, though, with that Headhunter yet again, finding the head of Castley as well as Ji-young. And those are the shots that she has been putting out for the majority of this tournament. The flawless as well to come in for Texas. And just like that, that's the first lead that we've seen from Texas in this series.
I think North Texas has gotten the content that they were hoping for from the first 2 maps.
Uh-oh.
Now they're finally ready to start locking down and making some money.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, I guess if they're going to
This is
stick,
gonna be a crazy YouTube video.
it is going to be a crazy YouTube video. That's for sure.
Reverse sweep in grand finals of 2024 Purple Rain. I can see the headlines now.
The headlines. I mean, yeah, crazy is what it would be. Is I believe Brooklyn with
As an op.
an operator, yeah, looking to get aggressive towards mid. As well as Jelly with that Guardian, trying to make it look like an operator. Is the flash does come in. A nice one from Pookie there. is going to delay just slightly on this hit as the Viper gas does dissipate. And now things coming to a halt. They rotate on, but this operator might get a kill, but that's got to be the first time that Brooklyn has missed a shot in what feels like forever. Akio not going to let that moment escape her as the rotate does come in, the first blood as well, and the push onto B is going to come through. Now just the Cypher utility is going to be what has to come through. And a nice spam back, and Pookie on the other side of the map does find a kill. Bab to get a trade, and the spams do come through, and now it's just going to be, oh yeah, Castley not going to be able to find any more kills. The Sky ult just a little too good as it doesn't come through, and it looks like it's going to have to be a full save here for Waterloo as the Viper's Pit is in effect, and both of these players moving back towards the A site.
Tough round for UW. Brooklyn getting taken out after missing an off shot is definitely not what they need in this scenario. And then Lilac just kind of able to clean up a little bit as she's been doing in this round.
Oh, Castley, yeah.
Almost a really good hold for Castley in that round to try and keep the B side from being kind of overridden. But it's kind of hard to beat out a Viper Pit, you know.
Yeah, it definitely is the case. The post plants with that ultimate are just so difficult to try and work your way back into. But then again, we're going to be going back into this next round. Round number 5. Operator still in the hands of Brooklyn, trying to make something happen for her team. It is going to be kind of the lone operator, and that's yet another miss from Brooklyn. Very uncharacteristic as this series has gone. Now just on 1 HP with that operator. Going to have to do so much work. The dash up onto A, and Jelly looking to get aggressive yet again. Wants to find the fights. And it looks like actually going to be on the opposite side as Pookie finds a flash through. Onad Admirer as well with the share of shots. Does find the kill onto Jelly. Top Brooklyn with the operator too, making it the advantage towards Waterloo. And just like that, this round could get hairy for Texas. Now, Sage and Bab have to make do against these weaker weapons. Nice couple of utility to try and delay the bomb plant. Just like that, the fight might be taken to Waterloo here soon as the inching up from Sage knows the position of this Sova and might be able, nice jump spot. Does keep things intact, and just 2 kills do go their way. The operator maybe to find the kills, but no. Only 1 to be found. Bab, the safe hands of Texas. I thought that lineup was going to happen.
I was so convinced that a collateral was going to come through there, and I was going to... Girl. There we go.
Yeah, having the mic in front of your mouth helps there, bud.
No, it doesn't.
My bad, you're right, it doesn't.
I'll just yell.
Oh, that works too.
Bab looking
Just
comfortable.
shout into your mic. Hey!
Hey!
It's like those Lego commercials.
Hey! A man has fallen into the river in Lego City.
They need the helicopter.
Build the rescue helicopter to help him get out.
Hey!
I think UW might need a rescue helicopter here in a second as the push comes through from North Texas. But actually, Ji-Young through the smoke is able to find Jelly. And now their push is just kind of stopped in its tracks as there is no way to take sight quickly.
Yeah, and it kind of falls to a halt. This is the kind of thing that Waterloo has been needing for these rounds, just finding those early picks, and then just playing the advantage. They do this so well, so often.
This could honestly be a tough round for Lilac to have popped ult. She's got the chamber ultimate up, but if nothing can come of it, it's kind of just a waste.
Yeah, definitely could be the case. And I mean, this time around, not even going to be breaking the camera. A nice tripwire there from Castley to find
kill through the wall, and just like that, Texas 2 players down. The operator yet again for Brooklyn, finally finding the mark of her opponents. No shot for Lilac, and just like that, Waterloo, acting as if nothing has happened these past couple rounds, comes back out with a flawless going into round number 7.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, it's unfortunate that Lilac uses Chamber on that veto. I mean, you kind of have to, you don't want to buy up, and it's just they're going to have. But with Jelly getting caught out early, you can't really take the site, and that Chamber ult is just so good for post-plant scenarios. When you can't get the plant down, it kind of defeats it.
Definitely the case, and as we do go into this next round, it is going to be Texas trying to go back towards the B site. Didn't quite work out when they rotated here the last time, but actually just deciding to walk out onto the site, and no kill will be found for Jelly this time around as Jiyoung escapes the claws of death. But oh my goodness, so much utility, but Jiyoung actually finds 2, just like that, able to hold down this site, the anchor, putting in the work, and just like that, Texas down 2 players, down 1 overall, 4v3, and Jiyoung wants to try and make sure that this site does not fall. All of Waterloo now here to come in, but Sage making work of that Vandal, finding 2. Castley with a crazy kill, and just like that, it's a 1v1. The Cypher ultimate gonna reveal the location of Lilac. Not gonna show where Castley is, but an inkling as to where it could. And the ring around the Rosie, and the swing on from Lilac will find the kill first. And just like that, Texas finding their way back into this round and finding the round win.
That is an amazing flick by Lilac there, able to find. I mean, Casley's not super high health, but nonetheless, that is a tough position to swing to. Almost across the screen and able to find that kill. And it's looking like, you know, we're back on the UW needing to maybe clean up their kills a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. And
Here.
pretty nicely played there by both teams, just trying to make what they can happen. Just like that, Brooklyn making it do with the operator. Finds Lilac. And it looks like Texas wanted to try and go towards this A site, but there's just so many players here from Waterloo that it might be just a little impossible to try and take this site unless they act in a couple of different spots. Now just the Hulls push to try and put a little bit of pressure on the players on the site instead of just trying to push their way through A main. A nice KO ult as well is going to drop down that wall. And Onat and Meyer does find Jelly, who is trying to make her way up through Hall. All 3 of the players also tagged here for North Texas. So now all the info for Waterloo, and now the claws of death just now left. Fall in. Trying to make it so that nobody can do anything. Tripwires, darts, so many tags through walls, and Bab has so much to do, even pops the Seekers trying to make something happen. But Brooklyn finds her 3rd on the round with that operator and will not allow any sort of value to come out from the Seekers.
Yeah, I'm not super sure about the decision making on that one. Maybe, yeah, just kind of just maybe freaked out a little bit. Maybe thought that if they focused on the Seekers, she might be able to get a kill.
Yeah.
But I think you kind of just have to have at least one teammate alive to at least back you up on that. Especially with that operator just staring down at you.
Yeah, 100%. I think with the panic, didn't realize that her teammates died so quick. Probably asking to get that ult popped sooner. Oh no, if Jelly's not careful, she's gonna get found, but actually it's not gonna be Jelly found. It is gonna be Sage. The trade does come through. The updraft as well, just trying to see what she can get done. The flash is barely not connecting. And a nice shot there from Jelly is gonna put down Pookie Wookie Bear. And the the split onto the B site might just come through. Jelly yet again, gonna have to reload. A bad time to try and do that as the site does fall. And now just a 2v3. The bomb will get planted, but a pretty late lurk. The Hunter's Fury as well is gonna get a couple of tags, and a nice ult onto the bomb planter will amount to a kill. Castley as well, putting use of her Vandal. And just like that, 2v1, but this time it could be everything. But Castley's too aware, finds the lurk, finds the kill as well, and will not be falling to Lilac this time around.
UW has figured it out. They kind of were maybe stressing out a little bit, maybe getting a little too overzealous after a comfortable 2-map lead, but after North Texas kind of showed that they still have it in them to win it. UW's just like, no, let's just finish this off as fast as we can. There's no need.
Yeah, absolutely. And as Texas goes in to this next round, Waterloo has to see what they can get going. It's just a couple of marshals on the side of Texas. Make sure that they do not lose an eco like this and allow for Texas to try and get back on their feet. But just like that, yeah.
That is spiked down. Close enough to the wall where they can grab it without having to worry, but nonetheless, that is your info down. And honestly, especially on Breeze, without a Sova, it could be very difficult to try and get any intel on these sites.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, Jelly, quite a weird spot, just being able to go up through the B tunnel. It's just gonna be now on Ji-Young to try and make something happen, but no, she falls on the site, and the site will fall as well with her. The wall does cut off the site, and even a Viper's Pit committed. North Texas committing a lot to try and win this round, as Jelly just walking up through, and a nice, wow, swings back. Able to find the kill on the Pookie Wookie Bear as well, trying to find the fourth with that Blade Storm. But it probably will not come, as Castley just trying to run away, trying to save this gun into the next. As Jelly just taking full advantage of that Blade Storm and making sure that this will not be the round that they fall. Or round that falls to Waterloo, rather.
Thrifty.
Huh. It's gotta be a little terrifying, just kind of standing there and all of a sudden.
Shink, 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 shink. Operator is gonna fall into the hands of Lilac. Obviously, Chamber being one of Jet and Chamber, probably the two best characters to have an operator in your hands. And I mean,
Yeah.
Waterloo, they're definitely not out of this by any means. Definitely could see, obviously, Brooklyn having knives up, not needing to buy. Waterloo needs this round. Needs this round win to have any money left for the final round of the half.
Yeah, that could be pretty difficult for them if they do end up losing this round as well. It kind of will just snowball into a really difficult situation. But just like this, Jelly yet again gonna get aggressive. Castley does fall quick, but the trade from Pookie does come in. Now just still a 4v4. The bomb does go down on A, but this time, sometimes, if you do get this bomb down on A, it doesn't quite matter all that much, as it does become a pretty difficult site to hold. Not a lot of angles to hold. Now, it is going to come in. 4 players from Waterloo, all kind of stacked up towards CT. The Blade Storm here for Brooklyn, trying to make something happen. Now just get in, but yeah, through the smoke, does find a kill, and just like that, 2v4 has an idea of being able to do it, but the smoke actually gets down. There is going to be a Molly lineup, but I don't think it's going to matter as it gets slow, and the Molly misses.
The Molly missed, and the orb wasn't in the right spot.
Yeah.
Round in the half.
I mean, kind of a blunder there from Akio. Normally would be something that, you know, teams have to be wary of, being able to, you know, have that Molly lineup and be able to win the round in such a cheesy way, but this time around, if you don't have the lineups,
and I have
memorized.
a feeling I know what lineup she was trying to do, and it is like you have to put a specific dot on a very specific leaf within other leaves.
Yeah,
It is an awkward lineup to try and do.
it is. It's so, that's just lineups in this game. So, like, weird. Like, the people that find them, like, kudos to them. I do not have the patience. Well, I probably do, but not in the sense of how they do. Oh, a nice flash there. Try kind of delay the players from Texas to get up, and just like that, kind of inserting Jelly into this bricks position, just trying to see what they can get done. A nice flash as well from Pookie does amount to a kill, and Lilac does fall. Jelly now going to be the lone player, was the lone player out on the side, and yet again finds Pookie onto the side and makes the same pathing, finds two, maybe even trying to find a third, but Brooklyn trying to deny just a little bit, and deny she does. The kill does come in. 3v3 now, the heal to come in from the sky to make things just a little bit more manageable here for Texas. Brooklyn to find another kill in Jiyoung as well. And just like that, what was a 3v3 turns into a 1v3. Akio has so much to try and do, finds the first but not the second. Brooklyn just a little too good with that gun. Is going to find the 6 overall for Waterloo. And I was not expecting this scoreline coming into this.
Absolutely not. You know,
Switching sides.
I believe that Waterloo was just going to take it and run with this. I'm impressed that North Texas has 6, nonetheless, on the back of Jelly, 13 and 9 right now. Lilac also doing really well. We've seen a lot of great shots come out from her. But once again, Brooklyn just being an absolute beast on all aspects of the game. You know, having great game sense, being able to get those kills,
Right here.
whether it's late in the round or the first bloods, and it's just been absolutely dominant. But we've still got a whole nother half left, and it's not like oh, you know, this team has to win this many to catch up. No, we are right there, tied up. It is basically a 0-0 scoreline.
Yeah, it definitely is, and the burden back on Texas to try and make do of another pistol. We did see them win the second one of the last map. So now, you know, because I know that,
Yeah.
and wasn't had to get told. Of course I remembered. Oh my gosh, but the aggression from Sage actually doesn't come back to bite them, but could have been quite dangerous of a play. Could have just straight up been walking into like 4 players for all they know. This time, though, very fortunate to not be the case. So now it just goes back to Waterloo. 4 players going to be making their way back towards B. Stog almost saw some info, but none to be had. Maybe even going to try and find out if a player has been pushed up into elbow. And a nice Sova Dart as well is going to alert the players from Texas as to the presence of Waterloo. And just like that, the hit will start to come in. That's bam. Does try an attempt, but no. Sage in the back does find some kills. Onat Admirer, though, will get a couple of trades. And just like that, the advantage still in the hands of Texas, but definitely more playable here for Waterloo. If the kills do come in, and Jiyoung with a crazy deagle shot is going to be able to start things off, but not going to be able to amount to another. Onat Admirer, though, does find one more. Jelly, though, will finish things off. And just like that, Texas finding another pistol, and it's going to find the first of the half.
Yeah, it was a great play. I think Onat definitely winnable. You know, she had 5 bullets left in that classic. Jelly pushing up. The right click was there, just not put off in time. But I mean, a great shot from Jiyoung onto Sage in the back there, able to kind of make that round a little bit more doable. Getting caught out from behind the wall.
Yeah. It was working a little bit, but with your microphone not at your mouth, it doesn't work out all the time. And actually, looks like Waterloo just getting really aggressive right off the rip. Just wants to get this bomb plant in, and especially kind of just taking advantage of the fact that there is no Cypher. Going to be pushing up as well. The right clicks from Brooklyn do amount to a kill, and Bab just going to be alone as well as Pookie does find a kill. Just one player left though, Brooklyn with no HP, and Texas does take the round. But Waterloo definitely looking like they have a game plan coming into this attack. Going to get really aggressive, and when it comes to Texas, not having that Cypher might be the difference maker here on this map.
Yeah, a chamber can only lock down a site so much. It more focuses on their gun skill rather than their actually util usage. So UW definitely going to just take more of an aggressive stance on all of their attacks. You know, they put down Viper Wall, and they're just going to try and get on or flood into site as fast as possible without allowing North Texas any time to try and recoup their losses. But Lilac now having an operator in hand could cause some problems. Unfortunately, she is on the wrong site.
Oh, Noban's going to break the dart, but I don't think it really matters as the info was already about to be made. Just like that, Brooklyn is going to be entering in the double cloudburst, try and get them in, and the site will have to get cleared. Jelly does find the first blood.
Sage still hasn't been found out. Finally
Oh
gets
yeah,
taken
finally
down.
gets
Brooklyn
killed.
gets
Oh my gosh! The lineup.
through the wall, through each other. My goodness.
Just an absolute monster in this map, trying to make it so that she can take her team to a 3-0 victory. And just like that, going to be leaving the site. The Hunter's Fury even available here for this round. May not even get thought of unless a couple of players do fall.
I think Lilac just wants to save this op here. I think she knows there's no way that they win this round in a 4v2, especially with the weapon choices. But Brooklyn...
Oh. Yeah, but actually might be able to find these kills and find them. She does. Castley kind of just trying to play keep away from that operator. Not going to be able to save it. And I think Akio finally realized it does allow for a save for that operator, luckily for them. And it almost worked out so well for Waterloo, just taking out the operator as well. Something that Texas has just been trying to force into their game plan here on the defense, as well as how they played it towards Icebox as well. Just putting so much emphasis on attempting to use the operator in a big way.
Yeah, and it almost seems like the operator has been more of a friend to UW today than it has been for North Texas through and through. And I mean, it's not even really like the player's fault. I just think UW kind of knows how to fight the operator better than North Texas did. But wallbang shot comes in for Lilac, and UW just kind of has to play careful. They do not want to continue to walk into that. This is the worst thing you can do. Just, you peek now, dead.
Yeah.
Now you peek, dead.
That is unfortunate, though, for them, as well as the Sova does fall. Such a good agent when you do have to deal with an operator player like Lilac. Just going to attempt to run away. Might even be a nice little bait for Pookie Wookie Bear. Because now the hit will start to come in. A nice little split for a main. Goes tag up a
Be
couple
careful,
of players.
Jelly is in through this door, finds one.
Oh, but Brooklyn finds a kill onto Jelly, and just like that, the man advantage back towards Waterloo, 3v2. And where did it all go wrong? Had a nice stack. The fight from Bab is going to find a kill as well with just a classic, as the operator does get picked up and might even be able to find a kill. A quick flick. And just like that, Bab looking to be the hero for this team. Jiyoung does find the first. Now just has to be wary of this operator. Does not have to make any sort of move until that bomb is tapped, but is just walking up. Both players whiffing. And just like that, it's going to be Jiyoung. The timing's just crazy to think about as it keeps going. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, the kill does come in, but there just won't be enough time to defuse as Bab has to try and save the operator and will be able to, is just in the nick of time, finds enough space to get away. And Waterloo, I don't know how they did it, but ended up finding the round win.
I do not know how a children's game of Ring Around the Rosie can be so stressful.
Timing, timing, timing. It is just crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, we're still like this game has gone back and forth just consistently through the last 16 rounds. It is just going in these, and I mean, we've got, you know, 8 left before we finally get into a decision. It's going to really just be which team can find a stronger foothold, or we may just go into overtime.
Yeah, that might be the case, and as we do go into it, a little bit of info gathered there from Bab with the Sky Flash alerting to the presence of a couple of these players. Just all mowed out.
Brooklyn sings Sage, and there's that Sova gone once again. Seems to be the object of everybody's bullets today. The Sova first blood has been a common occurrence.
It has indeed. The op not going to find the same value just yet. A couple of misses as well. It
just
looks like
brutal.
Oh my God!
Everybody's whipping!
Brooklyn actually got hit by the operator shot just in the leg though. Now picking it up for herself. 1 HP, just looking to see what kind of kills she can find. Now Texas has to make something happen. The jiggle jock is actually going to be very worthwhile, but the nice molly might even get a kill, but no, just barely. Top Brooklyn finds the pop kill. And I mean, just hops away, finding a way back into this round. The blade start for Jelly, not too good. Pookie Wookie Bear will end out the round in pretty dramatic fashion. And I don't know how that's even going to be a flawless there for
I gotta
Waterloo.
be honest, if there is any round to discourage North Texas, it's gotta be that one. So much just went horribly wrong in that round towards the side of North Texas. And like you said, somehow coming away with the flawless. 30 HP Brooklyn gets
4 HP. Oh,
gets mollied. Up drafts with 4 HP. Bab can't get the kill. Brooklyn gets the kill onto Bab. My goodness, what a series of unfortunate events.
Jet player moments, honestly. The updrafting, the dashing, the operating. Just all in a day's work for the average Jet main.
But now, I mean, now we have operators on the sides of both teams. So it's really just going to be, you know, who hits their shots more.
That is a very, very nice description. And that is not going to go towards Lilac as a missed shot over towards B, not going to amount to a kill. And now that's the info also for Waterloo. Now know that the operator is towards B, and the A split might be what is considered this Viper wall is going to come in quite soon. And there it is. It is going to go up. Oh, might even catch a crazy timing of, wow, a nice shot there from Sage. Is going to be the first blood on the round, and the KO ult still committed though. The overload to try and amount to a round win. Jiyoung to find another Mnat as well. And this Hunter's Fury does find a ping, but that will be it as a flank potentially to come in for Texas. Bab looking to play hero yet again. A couple of kills coming in for her last round. Or sorry, 2 rounds ago, trying to make it happen again. Not going to be the case, though, this time. Onat and Meyer even has that Hunter's Fury up, so something to look forward to in this post-plant if it does come to that point. Lilac to start things off with that Headhunter. 2v2 now. Yeah, and a nice play here from Waterloo. The time just ticking down. There's the Hunter's Fury. It does not look like it's going to be possible. The kill does come in for Lilac, but just like that, the bomb goes down. Lilac to die to it as well.
And does the op get picked up?
No.
Nope.
Probably best case scenario.
You don't need it on attack.
Yeah. Especially when your operator player would be the Jet, and you don't really have an entry if that's the case.
True.
So, you know.
Nah, give it to Castley.
Yeah, might as well.
Let Castley have an op fight on B with
Lilac. Up fight.
Stay safe.
But I mean, oh my goodness, North Texas has the craziest read on UW in this round. The dog, the dart, all the util finding out that these players are sitting on this B side. Chamber ult is popped.
Oh, and the dash does get missed just a little bit. A nice detain does make it so that the tripwire does not slow down at all. But just like that, in the blink of an eye, Waterloo busts their way out onto the site. And all the kills going their way as well. Just one left. Jelly, with only a Marshall, has to do immense work here.
So clean.
It is really nice. Oh, the still not going to come in. Sick animation. But only a consolation prize as this round.
Leviathan Classic?
It is.
Well, that's why. That's why they're losing.
Oh my gosh. This guy hates
C9
Brazil.
all the way.
This guy hates Brazil. That's crazy.
No, I'm just an NA fanboy.
Oh yeah, me too.
Well then, why? Okay.
See, but if it can't be NA,
I want it to be.
please
yeah.
be South America.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you get it.
If
You
it's
get
not NA, let it be the Americas.
it. Let it be SA. That sounded weird.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say. I don't think you meant.
I didn't
don't
mean
think
it
you
like
understood.
that. I just
but
meant like SA, like South America.
I think we knew what you meant, but.
Oh well. All right, going on. Onto this round, the Vipers pit early towards A.
Yeah.
Texas. Just trying to play it slow. Let Waterloo move around the map, see where they want to end up. This drone to give a lot of info as well. Picks up nothing over towards B. And the sights now might just be over towards A, yeah. And the full rotate actually is going to be towards B. The chamber tripwire soon to be deactivated as well. As, yeah, the noise does get heard by Akio, and she might believe that it's a rotate towards the A site, but not going to be the case. Actually, though, Jelly does hear this rotate through mid, and the rotate back to B for Texas does come in. Quite a crazy info kind of game sometimes as things change here and there. Until finally the hit does attempt to initiate. And it's going to be Sage and Lilac alone on the site. Sage putting in some work, finding two. Jiyoung is going to get the trade, but just like that, has to try and find some more. And find some more she does. Not a lot of time left on the clock to get the bomb down. Jelly does find the kill on the flank, and just like that, Castley, yeah, not going to have enough time to find the bomb plant, and Akio will put her down for round number 9.
Unfortunate timing, that bomb almost going down. Could have definitely been winnable, but instead Jelly is able to find that flank kill on to, I believe it was Onat. And just that bomb plant can be one of the most impactful things of the round, but instead not happening. Lilac still having the operator.
Yeah, and it looks like a Guardian also going to have to be picked up here for Bab. As, oh, a little bit of a misclick there for the smoke. It happens when you are playing that Viper with the lineups. But at the end of the day,
it gets to where it needs to go.
It does get to where it needs to go. So we do close in on the end of this map. Who will be able to come out victorious? Waterloo does have quite a commanding lead, but things could change in the blink of an eye. Texas not one to shy away from a fight. We've seen it before and likely to see it again.
Poison's off.
As the move back towards B seems to be what Waterloo is hoping for. And 5 players now yet again towards B. And it's just going to be no utility to be able to stop this hit. It's going to come in fast. It's going to be hard to hold. And you're only going to have 1, and I'd say 1.5, simply because I don't think that Sage will be on the site. So it's like half a player. But all in all, actually does go out onto the site, flooding out to try and help her teammate. Just like that, the overload will come in. Sage to find the first. And that's going to be an attempt to hold the site down. Akio as well through the middle of the map finds a kill, and Jiyoung just finds the kill. Finally, Castley as well. I don't even know where that kill came from, but it comes nonetheless. The Viper's Pit down for Waterloo as well. And just like that, Texas in such a difficult situation has to make so much happen through this Viper's Pit. It's going to be Jiyoung just playing super safe. Castley finds the first. Lilac to find a trade, and now just has to go hunting through this Viper's Pit to see what she can find. See if...
And Jiyoung still has mollies left to spare. Castley finds the kill, and UW now on grand finals point.
Yeah, map point, series point, tournament point now for Waterloo. And Texas has so much to do if they want to try and stay in this map, stay in this tournament even.
What an upset a 3-0 sweep against the undefeated team would be. If I'm Waterloo, I'm going celebrating.
Yeah, definitely. And even having that outlaw here for Jelly, kind of a downgrade from what we have seen in terms of the weapon department. Might still be able to find a kill, though, and find as she does. The headshot from the outlaw will get enough damage for a kill. And just like that, Texas not out of it yet. The advantage found. It's a tripwire over towards hallway. Does get destroyed.
Poison's off.
The drone up through mid. Doesn't quite find anybody at all, but just like that, Brooklyn, it is going to be Jelly to find a kill. Just like that, it does get evened out 4-4. Looks like Waterloo wants to make A the final destination for this spike plant, as the run-up is trying to take the site fast, and the walls will cut out a lot. Just like that, bomb will go down, and Texas has to make a stand. A wild shot from Brooklyn to start things off, and just like that, Texas in a world of hurt has to make more. Oh wow, but Akio does find the trade after a while. 3v3 now, in a late flank coming in here from the Sova. Castley does find one through the smoke off the bomb plant, and Jiyoung as well does fall. 2v2 now, and this flank is going to be so huge. Castley to find the first, and just like that, Onat and Meyer will be the one to finish things out. Waterloo will find the 3-0 victory for Purple Rain.
Yeah, I mean, what a series Waterloo just had. We've had a 13-8, a 13-5, and that was 13-10.
Yeah.
A very, very close third map. But nonetheless, Waterloo is able to come away with it after losing to UCSD in semifinals, winning in losers finals, and able to bring it back to grand finals in a sweep.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Waterloo all the way. Had to make such a difficult losers bracket run as well to make it to this point. Had to go through GCU, Stanley Clan, UCSD, and now finally Texas. And that will be it for Purple Rain. Our victors finally crowned.
So I think we'll be back with a little bit for you guys right after a quick break, and we'll be back with more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing a little bit of logistics talk to figure out whether or not the game was over, but it has been confirmed. We can say it officially now. University of Waterloo is your 2024 Purple Rain Valorant champions. Congratulations to them, to all 5 of their players, and to the run that they just made through the loser side of playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 3-0 coming in as kind of the Davids in this situation, the Goliaths of Texas being what they had to go up against, and in the end, they were able to come out on top. Again, congratulations to Waterloo. And I mean, they played really well in these past couple of days. I mean, one name to think of, Brooklyn on the top, as well as Pookie Wookie Bear. Just overall, just being incredible forces to deal with, and just having a lot of game sense and awareness to kind of drive their team into the winners of Purple Rain.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just an absolutely phenomenal showing from both teams. And no, like, hate to Texas, they played absolutely phenomenal throughout this. Going undefeated in 8 weeks of Valorant is very difficult to do, having not lost a single game, barely dropped any maps throughout the entire run. But in the end, Waterloo is the team that comes out victorious, winning 3-0 on Lotus, Icebox, and then Breeze.
Yep.
But yeah.
That's going to basically be it for Purple Rain. Obviously, we want to give another shout out to our sponsor, Rockstar. None of this would be able to occur if it was not for them, you know, putting up the prize pool, yeah. That's what I meant. And just being able to, you know, be a constant sponsor of GCU Esports just in general. Big shout out to them. Big thank you to them as well. Shout out to all of the people watching and supporting the streams as well as the teams that have participated. Big thank you. We hope to see you again next year when we do have Purple Rain.
Yeah.
And until then, that is going to be the conclusion of the stream. So yeah, thank you for coming in. So yeah.
Yep. To end it off, one big thanks from all of us here at GCU Esports, from all of the talent that has been here for the weeks prior, to everybody behind the scene. And with that, I have been Evan Kettler.
I've been Eli Ford.
And we will see you guys next year with the 2025 series of Purple Rain.